Lamel, bro, what the F is happening? I have no idea, man. I have no idea. This is super weird. Yeah, I just started the YouTube stream again. Jesus Christ, this is annoying, man. God damn, this knocks the wind out of me. Internet being sussy, super sussy. The ops are onto you. I'm crying. I know, man. I know. That is just super weird. Ninjas and haters will just they just get in the way, man. They just be getting in the way. It's just annoying, but we're gonna have to deal with it, don't we? Ah, it is what it is. We'll just take it from the top. Gee, boy, this is annoying. Ah. All right, we can start from here. And you know what? This is good because I also didn't like the speed in which the video was going. Made the person sound like an AI. I think this is gonna be good. All right, record button. Here we go.
Let me preface this video with saying that I love Wuthering Waves. It's an amazing game. And that's why it hurts that it's last year.
You have to say this disclaimer, don't you, Chad? We just got to. You need this disclaimer in your video if you're gonna criticize a video game nowadays, especially a gacha game. You can't just, oh, I just don't like this. You know, you can't do that anymore. You gotta make sure to let them know that you're coming from a place of love. You know, this is some tough love. Wait, where is it? Let me just confirm something real quick. Yeah, YouTube is lagging. Yeah, YouTube is lagging. I don't think our YouTube chat can make a comeback. We're gonna have to solo with Twitch. Yeah, we're gonna have to solo this. All right, let's keep it pushing, man. Jesus, because I think it's lagging in terms of streams because I think it was too fast for it. Is my assumption. Yeah, they should. By the way, YouTube should fix this on their platform because when one dies, it just stops the other one completely. Oh, it didn't even, dude. It didn't even show. It wasn't even public. So one was unlisted. Jesus, YouTube is crazy, man. Yeah, Young King, appreciate the follow, man. No one is watching on YouTube. Yeah, because it's unlisted. I just caught it. It was literally unlisted, man. Marcus, appreciate the follow too, man. Because I was like, YouTube chat isn't saying we're back or anything. So I'm like, so are we not back? But it's not up. Rip to YouTube stream. It just came back from there. It's not up. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, it's acting super strange. It's acting super strange. YouTube is up. Okay, we can see it now, though, right? Time for a new sub goal for better internet. Ah, would be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, it's up. All right, thank God. We're back. All right, appreciate your chat. Oh, my apologies. I have no idea what the fuck's going on. Maybe someone is just pranking me or some shit. But anyway, my apologies, man. I don't know what the hell's going on. It's super weird. It's super annoying. But let's just power through. We gotta remain positive. We gotta see. That's the thing, man. That's the thing. You gotta keep your hands up. You're gonna keep taking the hits and the nuisances as you keep pushing. That's what's up. That's what's up. All right. Hopefully everything is good now. Uh, Another AI on NTE. Yeah, we're gonna get to that after this one. All right, here we go.
Let me preface this video with saying that I love Wuthering Waves. It's an amazing game. And that's why it hurts that this last region was
You gotta give this disclaimer, don't you, Chad? You gotta give this disclaimer. You got to. It's important. You can't just say, Lahairoi is annoying to me. No, you must give a very important disclaimer where you go, oh, well, I love this, but I'm criticizing it out of love, not because I'm just this random op, because of tribalism, because people like to use these gotcha games that sell anime girls to grandstand on people online. Yeah, they might think you're doing the same thing they're doing, which means like you're gonna put them down. They don't get to get their dose of validation. That's a big no-no. Et au French, pourquoi t'as un problème avec le français? Hein? C'est quoi le problème? Ouais, où est le problème? Russian chick? I don't think this is Russian. I think this is Polish, last I heard. Because I think we've heard her before. Lovely accent. I'm not gonna lie. This is a very beautiful accent. I don't know where she's from, but we need to meet more people from there, man.
so underwhelming. Hello, welcome everyone. This is not a hate video on the whole game. Just Lahairoi. This rant was boiling inside my head since like half a year now. But since Lahairoi
Damn, imagine sitting there with a huge ass rant on Lahairoi for 6 months. Like, what stopped you all this time?
ended, I don't have to wait and hope that it will get better, since it can't. Cause it ended. So,
Yeah,
Lahairoi
that's
is a game
over.
that debuted on December 25 as part of version 3.0 updates. But we're not gonna start conversation with version 3.0. Instead, let's start with the beginning of problems, in my opinion. Konami City released in patch 2.8. Prequel of sorts to Lahairoi main story. A bit of reminder.
Oh yeah, this is the part where Chisa, right? The 2.8. That was the Chisa, the Chisa zone, if I'm not mistaken. Oh hell no, I went completely off. I'm getting banned from Poland if someone hears this. Oh yeah, you're done. Well brewed, fermented, and marinated ran. Oh dude, you know she's about to cook. This is gonna be some good clean stuff. Yo, Alexis man, how are you doing?
If you've forgotten, Konami City was a major urban center
Yikes.
formerly belonging to nation of Ashinohara. It was destroyed by element, becoming trapped inside a warp sonarosphere. During our explanation of Konami City, we meet Chisa, also called by the community a potential woman. She was stuck inside Konami
A potential woman? Well, hold on. I think this is very accurate because whoever got Chisa at the time was clowned on, like myself. But now, I mean, I get to act like this was my plan all along. This was all planned. You just didn't know because I'm him, and you're just not him. Yeah.
She was stuck inside Konami for 2 months of her time and about 20 years of the real time. Before that, she was a student at Lahairoi. 2.8 story ended with clear line of continuation for her. We were supposed to go to Lahairoi together, and she would finally have a chance to reunite with her parents.
I think I already see what she's setting up. Like, they did Chisa wrong in Lahairoi, man. They did her so wrong. They made her this background character, it's not even funny. It's not even funny how much of a background character they made her to be.
And her old life. Maybe
Remember when Life Lessons said that Chisa is Hiyuki's daughter? That would have been a cool plot. That would have been a damn good plot. Damn shame they didn't do it.
struggle to adapt to a new reality after 20 years, right? Right? Of course, as you might expect or knew, it didn't happen. During her story and banner, the story was focused on her a lot, which isn't really a problem since she was the only other person stuck inside Konami beside us.
Yes.
The problem is that it became sort of a trend that when character is released, they get a lot of attention during their patch quest. And
Yeah, this is what she's talking about. Is exactly what I said at the start. They really did this 3.0 freaking attempt at like really making this the main story quest, which is what they know a lot of players are looking forward to actually play, really more focused a lot on the banner characters. So that way it feels more like an ad more than actually, well, it's just that, you know, the character is obviously going to be more present because it's their time. And also they do that on purpose because it's, yeah, okay. Maybe I'm not making the best sense here, but what I'm trying to say is the dosage in the exposure of the character that's on the banner have to be a good dosage where it doesn't feel annoying to the point where people might think it's an ad. They have to do it at good, precise dosages so that it hits right. Hey, welcome back, Wisdom. What are you watching? We're watching Lahai Roy Sucks. That's what we're watching.
not gonna lie, they sometimes feel more like character story quest rather than the main quest. And then the banner ends and their story gets sidelined regardless of if their story is finished or not. 3.0 patch could have and probably should have easily include Chisa's story conclusion, since like I said, we were going back to her home. Yet the first thing the story did was to separate us. Chisa in 3.0 got one optional dialogue in which she talks about reuniting with her parents off-screen.
And this is what pissed a lot of people off. It felt like, all right, Chisa, you're not on the banner anymore. Go away. It's time for these baddies now. And that just comes off very wrong. It just rubs people the wrong way. I seen some people, I seen some drama about NTE AI use again. I work in tech industry and AI is everywhere. If you don't use it, you're basically left behind. So yeah, for game companies to not use AI in some way is very bad. I know. No, we'll get to that. Shouts out to you, ZeroFX. Thanks for letting us know.
I'm not mad that we got separated. I'm mad that her development was done off-screen. And you know how fun it would have been if instead of exploring the school with only Linnea, we would explore it with both Chisa and Linnea?
I know.
One could give us perspective from the past, another from nowadays. And that
yeah, well, they're afraid she might mog her, which could get in the way of more banner sales. Yeah, it's all business, isn't it? Jesus Christ. If anything, what I liked about Sigrika is that they included the whole cast in her story, and Denny as well, I think. It was super nice. It was super, super nice. Because they learned from this mistake. We got to realize that this has since been fixed. We are talking about a problem that used to be there, but I think has since been fixed. Correct me if I'm wrong, Shaq, because I think for me personally, as I played the game later, Sigrika, Denia especially, I would even say the Cyberpunk collab, I think they did a good job at like including everybody, even if their banner isn't up or anything. They made the world feel more alive. Also, Lucilla. Oh my God. Everybody pulled up in the Lucilla thingy. Game companies either use AI or lie to you about using AI. Pretty much. I worked in software engineering during an internship, and I can confirm AI is being used almost everywhere. Yeah. Chisa was done dirty, but Lahai Roy is still my favorite region. Only one at 100% than Septimons because the Elden Ring vibes. I love Septimons. So Grika, Linnea, and Rebecca, best trio. That was a good trio, huh? Chisa main can't let it go. Well, no one was a real Chisa main around her release. You know? I don't think we had much Chisa mains. That was rarely the case. Majorly speaking, people were saying Chisa is just mid. It's like, oh, you just skip her and stuff. I got her in 110 pole. I'm not going to complain about that.
So we could see some
and plus, I needed shields because I suck at the game.
interacting for once. This would have actually been a great groundwork for their future friendship that I will talk about in a second. But the most outrageous part of the 3.0 story quest was when some worm attacked school and yet only us with Linnea were fighting with it. Chisa, who we had established.
She makes a good point here. I forgot about that. I totally forgot about that. Why didn't Chisa pull up? You know, the warrior who was literally in a different dimension alone. She's like this lone badass. Why isn't she pulling up? Right. She might mog Linnea, of course.
Last quest is a skilled fighter couldn't have helped us. We can even see her knowing about the danger. Same with Luke that we can also see being near. The dude who later landed a clean shot on the Grand Architect was doing nothing. And I love Luke. But all the teachers did shit. Where is Lucilla? Where is Marnie? And
well, their banners isn't up yet. That's it. To answer your question, where's the banners? No banners? Well, no character in the story. Potential mogger. True. And also Luke, I think, would just mog her completely because I think Luke is more powerful, power scaling wise. I think power scaling also is important conversation to have if we're going to talk about this stuff. Because if, for example, say Hayuki was around, Linnea is by far obviously going to be way weaker than Hayuki. Hands down. Certain characters can't be next to another character in the story, especially when it comes to combat. I'm going to go ahead and say it. At the end of Septimont, when the Renacita character started showing up, I think only someone like Carlota and Cantharella, maybe Brand should show up. Rocha had no business being there. Chacona had no business being there. Like y'all are weak. Like Augusta is probably worth like 5 of you combined. So yeah, you know, power scaling is a thing. We all know in anime, one character being so powerful just makes the other characters being present in the battle completely irrelevant. I can understand some of the reasons why people are upset about generative AI, but at the end of the day, Gen AI is a tool and tools will be used regardless of random CC says. Absolutely. There's an official confirmation that Kuro uses AI for animations. What? Do you have a link for that? Send me a link. We have a Discord if you want to send me something. Damn. We still need the Yamcha around. I know. Like, this isn't Dragon Ball where you know the characters are washed. They're still going to rush the character and not do anything. Like, they just avoided doing that as a concept. I hope I'm making some sense. So basically, in Dragon Ball, I don't know if you guys remember this scene here. I want you to watch this. I think this is very important to our points. Watch this. Just watch this, Chad. Just watch this. Hold on. All right, so he powers up, hits him in the back of the head, and then he's just rushing him, teleporting around. Oh no, don't hurt him, bro. Oh, stop. Stop hurting him. Oh my God. Stop it. And this is the true sad part. We had Super Saiyan Trunks doing this. Look at this. Look at this. This, in my opinion, this is what would have happened if we were to see what was happening during the war with Rocha and Chacona against the final boss, against the Fleur de Lis. If it was just the two of them, this is what would have happened. And we all know it. They are bringing no pain. The power scaling for that character is way too high for y'all. It is what it is. So I think in order to avoid this, because I think Luke is more powerful than Linnea. I think we can all safely say that. Luke is pretty strong. So if the monster is going to be on Luke Herson's power scale, unfortunately, Linnea just becomes like Krillin and Trunks here, looks completely stupid. We can't have that. So yeah. Chikona was there for emotional support. That would have been great if they were just giving us a freaking a scene where we could see that, where Chikona is like a buffer in the background. That would have been so cool. Because I'll be real, when Chikona showed up, I wanted to see a little bit of Chikona. I like the character, but they just didn't do anything good with her. Like they just kept her as like this background character that's not even supporting the cast or anything. She's just like trying to be a DPS as well. It doesn't even hit. But yeah, that's why I think they went the route of just not showing certain characters. This is like a positive. Like I'm being optimistic here, of course. Obviously, the easy understanding a lot of people are gonna have obviously the main takeaway a lot of people are going to have is, oh well, they're just obviously trying to advertise this banner character more, so that way they're just keeping them on screen the most for max effect. So yeah, the only reason we got to see Chisa doing her ability is because she was inside a Sonara sphere. You're talking about the 2.8, right? That's what you mean?
I refuse to believe all of them needed to help the students or were busy suddenly. And even if 2 of the teachers were busy, at least one of them should have helped us to get rid of the worm. I might be crazy, but I think the priority should have been to defend the students, right? We also have characters
I think Lucilla could have showed up here, in my opinion. I think Lucilla is like someone in the same level of power as Lene. She could have showed up. It would have been nice. And also, especially, you know what, thinking about it, this makes even more sense. Lucilla is supposed to be this overprotective teacher. Like she really cares about the student, and she has PTSD from students having to deal with problems and then losing the students. It would have made total freaking sense for Lucilla to be here, especially. Like, hello? True.
like Sigurika in the school, which like, okay, she might have been told to evacuate or something. The same with Danya, I guess. But the point is that it doesn't really make sense for all the powerful characters to suddenly be like, nah, you got this. And let us deal with it.
There it is. She even showed Lucilla too, based.
It really makes sense for all the powerful characters to suddenly be like, nah, you...
Yeah, there it is. She even showed Lucilla too. Freaking based. We can't have that because it's not her banner yet. Exactly. It is really that simple. It's a review for a particular tool from Toolkit. Each company review tool where they use all of them for sure, especially Motion Blink. So Motion Blink is AI. When we get to that, you can help us out, Rondo Guard. We appreciate you, man.
Got this. And let us deal with it and not help in any way. Then we go to the second part of 3.0 story, Morning Story Quest. Do you remember this one Roya dude? Our conversation with him literally went like, Rover, allow me to do it. Allow me to continue the calculations alone. Okay, Shaper, I allow it. Thanks, now the universe is saved. And I'm sitting here confused like, what? The story wants me to believe he's someone important while the whole time we're...
Bro farmed so much aura, and he just vanished into oblivion. Like, we never seen this guy again. I think they were maybe planning for him to be a playable character, but then they just dropped him. Maybe like the Shorekeeper. Because this screams to me playable.
Focus on Morny and Rover interactions. Blood, I have no idea what I've just done. Why was it important? Who is Shaper? Because the story
It felt like a subplot that wasn't expanded on. I think she makes a good point here. I totally forgot about that. That was such a subplot. It was supposed to be the start of a subplot. They didn't expand on it. Maybe it's because they didn't know what to do with Sugrika, so they didn't want the Shaper to mock Sugrika, I'm guessing. Not a marketable wife. Ain't that the truth? They looked at Luke Hurst and they was like, all right, that's enough dude energy for these 5 versions. We can't have the Shaper will just, that's a lot.
He runs it for unknown reason. And I like Morny, I pulled for her, but I can't take the story seriously when we're focused more on her relationship with us than some world-saving event, I assume. Oh, and guess what? Lene, Chisa, and anyone else did nothing. They all been sidelined. Again. In my opinion, Sigurika should have played some part in the story, since she's also part of the Roya and also the Heliotic Six, which the Shaper is also from.
Yeah.
I mean, she's supposed to be successor to one of the Heliotic Six.
Yeah.
Imagine if she, for example...
That's why they dropped the Shaper. They was like, whoa. Don't do that. Just let it all be about Sigrika. What could happen was, I wouldn't be surprised, is obviously they're going to follow a similar trend of kind of like we went back to the Jinzhou to go to Mengzhou now. We're probably going to go back to maybe Arena Sita or Septimon to go to an even newer version. Maybe Arena Sita. Arena Sita would make the most sense. And also Lahai Roy. There's a good chance we might go back to Lahai Roy and something will happen. And maybe that's when the Shaper might show up again. That could happen.
Would have been the one to help us get to the Shaper, or even talk alongside the Rover with him.
But this is obviously me coping because I just want to see where this subplot goes. Because I feel like they introduce something this important and then they just vanish.
She's the successor to the Haliotic Six, and we also never really got to explore their dynamics. This story had around 2 hours and 15 minutes, and only 20 of those were spent interacting with the Haliotic Six member. And now we're gonna talk about one of my biggest hot takes, I fear. I felt nothing while playing Aim Story Quest.
Ooh, that is. Ooh, chat. She ain't messing around. Sacrilege, chat. Sacrilege. Oh, this explains this dislike ratio over here. This explains the 20%. That explains. Maybe it's even 30%. Oh, you're not gonna agree with the general consensus. You're gonna dare to say you have your own taste? Ooh, you're playing with fire there, girly girl. I don't know how they do things where you're from, but over here on these gacha streets, you gotta have a decent degree of agreeing with certain things in the general consensus. I'm just saying. I can see why if you don't dig the daughter dynamic, then it's super awkward. Well, the whole point is that it's a daughter dynamic. That's the whole goddamn point. Like, why are you gonna remove something that important? When you're not a self-insert, she's not a daughter. Well, we are a bit of a self-insert. No? Okay, hold on. Let me think about this. So Rover is Rover, and Rover is supposed to be us, but not really. But we see Amy is the daughter of Rover. So she feels like, you see a father-to-daughter relationship. She may not be my daughter, but she's Rover's daughter. It's kind of like Geralt in The Witcher 3, Geralt and Ciri. Like, I still feel like when I see both of them on screen, she feels like a daughter and he feels like a dad. I think it's a beautiful family dynamic that I really appreciate. But obviously, if we're going to try and make Amy extend to us, the player, well, I don't think that necessarily works too much. Is that what you guys are trying to say? I'm just trying to understand exactly what you guys are trying to say through that, of the whole self-insert thing. And all this AI usage wouldn't matter to me, but I'm so pissed of this AI drama for NTE because forced by CCs like Saints, and they are doing it while Kuro uses AI even more. See, this is the thing, Ronald Guard. It's all about consensus, and if people can capitalize on it, they'll do stuff like that. It's all business. We'll get to it. The girl-Cyril relationship is exactly how the Rover and Amy situation is. Thank you. You know what I'm talking about. My man Kirsten. Thank you. Yeah, exactly. But I feel like it's not as big of a deal as some people are trying to make it. I guess that's what you guys are trying to say. Because if you don't have the self-insert mindset to you are Rover, which obviously we are not Rover, they're trying to make you feel like you're Rover, but we're obviously not. Yeah. It's kind of like Geralt. Geralt, like, you get to make his choices and stuff, but ultimately you're not Geralt. We just understand each other.
I wasn't really sad that she died. I wasn't really mad about it neither. The
reason why I wasn't sad is because I knew she was going to come back. Ting Yun ruined it for everybody. Honkai Star Rail's Ting Yun just ruined it for everybody. And we all know it. This is the results of Ting Yun. Ting Yun, to me, ruined Amieth. The moment they brought back Ting Yun, I knew death is just, for playable characters, it's just not going to happen. It's just not happening. So, yeah. And Penacony. Oh, yeah, Robin, too. And Robin. Yeah, that's it. I knew Amieth was gonna come back. I knew this is just a scare. Frolova. Oh my! Don't even get me started on Frolova, dude. I was gonna crash out. That pissed me off so much. But then I was like left in limbo because I was like, okay, in 3.5, I didn't fully understand that she was. I thought it was a phantom or something. So I was like, okay, maybe she's just like, we put Frolova to rest. What a sad ending. And then she shows up in the story again, and I see people online were talking about it at the time that she's actually still alive, and I'm like, she's not. Anyway, and then she shows up in the story again. I'm like, okay, that's it. No, this is stupid. Amieth was the same there, and that's why it didn't have as much impact. But it's still, you know what? It's kind of like this. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Snap! I gotta find it. Okay, hold on. I gotta find it. It's gonna be a hard find, actually. Snap! There's this scene with Riley. He hears Uncle Ruckus's story, and he goes, "I'm not gonna cry because that's gay, but it is real sad." It's kind of like what we have over here, man. It's like, I'm not gonna cry because I know she's gonna be okay in the end, but it is real sad. That's me, man. That was literally me.
I was is bored. Which, yeah, we could say that is because at the back of my head I knew that she will be back, but I also felt nothing will.
There it is. There it is. It's like, it's super obvious.
We brought her back, so that's not it. Maybe it's because I had quite a big expectations on this story since I saw people hyping it up on Twitter before playing it for myself,
Yeah.
but I just can't bring myself to care about someone we saw once before. The story wants me to believe I care, but let's be honest, I met this person for the first time today. And the same day before 3.1 we knew nothing about her. And while I am really happy that others...
Well, that's kind of the negatives of gacha games. These characters didn't really exist at the time. And then they just get inserted in the story somehow. It's kind of a bit of the negative. Yeah, it's going to be a thing. Like, for them to establish... It's like the only character that I feel like can deliver on what she wants is the dude from the Jinzhou. Jian's friend. Geshu Lin. I think it was Geshu Lin. I think this can only apply to Geshu Lin. Besides Geshu Lin, I don't think you can have what you just said right now. It's just tough.
Enjoyed it. I was just disappointed that the story was pushing ideals of us caring about
Damn.
our long lost daughter instead of either making it not her goodbye patch and just taking her off like 2 patches later so we could grow attached to her on our
Aw.
own. Or just maybe introducing her faster in 3.0 as help during the worm fights, defending us against some attack, but oh, turns out no one can see her, and we leave on a bit of cliffhanger about her. And maybe after that she guided Solskin with the message meant for us from the Shaper so we could have time to process that. Yeah, we like this character. This alt just felt so rushed in order to sell the character as much as they could during her release banner, which in the end downgraded the story experience for me. Part 2 of 3.
Yeah, I see her point. I see her point. I guess I'm just not too picky. That's why like it still works for me, but yeah, I can see it. No, we can't have that because it wasn't her banner yet. I know. Well, actually, it's better because they get to... They give you that foreplay for that banner. You know what I'm saying? They get you ready. They get everything ready for it, man. So when the banner does come and they hit you with the juicy stuff in the story as well, oh man, how dare you? And she's the Sentinel resident. It's like they do the Sentinels so well. And they have to because the story really revolves around them a lot. They have a key part in the story. So yeah, that'll do it.
3.1 story focused on Luke and gave us the big Grand Architect reveal. The whole fight sequence looked really good, actually. At least when I first saw it. Okay, I will say it since no one else wants to.
What?
Grand Architect is a fraud! He not only misses a shot, but also got headshotted by a human. Not a
She's totally right. I didn't even pay attention. Yeah, bro is ass. Bro have no hands. True. The look slander is crazy. Just a human. I mean, is she wrong? He's all brain. I know this is like what the architect is all about. It's like it kind of makes him low key scary. But still, the fact is, one cannot deny the fact. Bro got no hands. True. But then again, when you remodel, you kind of don't care about getting shot or not, no? Well, think about the aura loss on camera you just got. Think about that. Because this is an aura loss. Look at you getting called out and shit. So you're all brain and stuff, but you obviously ain't hot shit in the streets. That's for sure. Yo, what up, TJ Jessica? I think. Everyone be acting like Eisen nowadays. Dude, preach. But it wasn't like that because the Grand Architect didn't even get harmed by that and wanted to get back the pen. Okay, sure. It's like, see, this you're just trying to make it so that it was my plan all along, type of stuff. When the reality, you just got shot in the face. When you could, like, in a universe where people dodge bullets for breakfast. Yeah, but that's wrong. Luke is a resonator that's trained assassin. So what? You're supposed to be the Grand Architect. You're supposed to have hella hands.
Sentinel Resonator, not a Sentinel, a human. And yeah, it won't kill him, so no one cares. I do care. He lost so much aura, and you telling me
There it is. There it is. She knows. We all know it. We all know it. Dude, this is a nice call out. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't pay attention to some of this stuff. True.
this is the person I should be scared of? Also, this client
Yeah, I'm not scared of bro. Yeah, no. The aura loss was generational.
pause before shooting Luke with his like fingers. Why doesn't he just kill him? On one hand, he's saying something like, let's play a game, but it's mostly to Rover, but he also tries to shoot Luke just a second before, and I hear something
Yeah, that was weird.
that he was just confirming the kill on the dude that was laying on the ground, but he couldn't be sure that Luke will dodge in time, so he did not care if Luke survived or not. And since characters from gacha game rarely die, Luke should at least be badly injured with such a close fight with one of the most powerful enemies in the whole game. They kinda fixed this in—
Well, this just means Luke is him. She's nitpicking? What do you mean? She's showing you the moments that were eyebrow raising. Of course, that's gonna come off as nitpicking because not all moments are bad. Like some moments just don't make much sense, which these, to be fair, they don't make much sense. But when you think about it from a gacha to anime perspective, some make sense, some don't make sense. Like the architect. The architect was already cooked by Galbarena. Now, in his defense, Galbarena is her. We all know it. Galbarena farms hella aura. Galbarena is like someone that just lives in hell and has an entity, probably Satan. It's like, dude, Galbarena is like up there in the tier list of power scaling. Galbarena deserves that. Luke isn't really up there next to Galbarena. He's somewhere in the middle. He's a respectable unit, powerful enough, but he's not Galbarena level. Because Galbarena was in the forefront dealing with the fucking Threnodian in Renacida. That's like highest power scaling in Wuwa right now. Did we forget what he did to us Rover in Septimons? What did he do? Giscura wanted to reveal her power in an interesting way, not just listed out in some notepad you can find in a ruined building. Luke knew that was the Grand Architect all along and was just playing along. So you're telling me Luke was also taking it easy? I don't know. I don't know. Don't know about that. We don't have enough feats to confirm.
Intimidation value with Denya's story later on, which I appreciate. But Luke shouldn't go unscathed if the story wants me to believe what they are saying, that oh, Grand Architect is powerful, oh, be scared of him. He was a fraud, he did shit in that fight. Okay, I am going to stop with every single quest one by one, cause it's gonna just take too much time. Instead, I will simply ramble about some problems I had with the story, without any specific order. Rover in Sigirica's quest cosplayed her best friend for life when Denya could have easily played that role there, or at least play somewhat more important role, to highlight their friendship and all. Before Denya's quest, which was awesome by the way. But it would have hit even more if we actually could see them interacting a bit more before it. Sigirica, Chisa and Lene as a trio is also not very believable to me. We can see them interacting as friends already when we never see how their friendship started. That's also part of why I wanted Chisa and Lene.
Well, they're playable characters. That's how their friendship started. Am I crazy for that one, Chad? Also, this pause frame is crazy. That's literally my face responding to why they became friends. Yeah, they're the playable units. They have to be friends. Duh. Duh.
To interact in 3.0 story. Sigirica's friend being Grand Architect was also very overlooked. We got info from Grand Architect that one person at school was a spy, and we didn't really take a look at their two school friends, Denya and Sigirica. Them adults in this whole school are incompetent. Coming back to Sigirica's friendship, she mentions only once that, I wonder where my friend is, where they disappeared without any notice. And maybe it's just me, but if my friend disappeared randomly without saying anything, I would be more concerned. And I think...
Or maybe they're not friends like that. That's kind of the problem with society nowadays. You think you're cool with someone, but then you may not talk to them for like months, if not years, and they're like, okay, cool. Because you're not really friends like that. You're just good acquaintances. That's it. Like, not everybody cares about you like that, where they're like, where are they at? You know, they're concerned about you and stuff. Nah. Welcome to society.
This should have played a bigger part in her character growth and story. Mild take? I think Sigirica at the end of La Heroi's story should have learned about Nivora and Denya true identities. I think she also should have been the one to go after Denya with us and Hiyuki. Like, sneak with us or something. Cause not gonna lie,
that's not
I like
bad, true.
Sigirica, but she looks like a big red flag not caring about two of her best friends disappearing.
Yeah, she's a little too carefree. And this is the problem also with having too much friends. Because Sigirica's friends with pretty much everybody. It's when everybody's special, no one is. And since that's a lot of people, and she can't care about them that much, she can't handle that. Yeah, I think Sigirica is actually a pretty good character, especially to look at in a social setting way, where you will notice that sometimes having too much and doing too much can leave you with so little, especially the important things in life. She couldn't because it was no longer her banner. Like The Incredibles. You know where that's from, based.
And while, yeah, I can understand that she knew something was up with Denya. Like, she's supposed to be pretty perceptive, so that's fine. But it still doesn't really change not caring about the other one, Nivora.
The reason why she cared about Denya is because Denya requires support characters that are as cheery as Sigirica to make her work, considering the traumatic experience Denya goes through. Because she's left in the end as a broken person, and only someone like Sigirica that's willing to pour that much effort onto someone can work with a character like that. It's kind of like the cool character that doesn't want to talk too much, etc. They typically are accompanied by a character that's too cheery and is willing to take their disrespect as like a ha he he. There it is. It's kind of something like that. She sounds like Candybug with an accent, so much projecting. No? What are you talking about? How is this? What are you talking about, man? Like Naruto and Sasuke? Kinda. Yeah. Naruto and Sasuke is a good example. And then Sasuke starts opening up, and you start to have funny normal freaking interactions from Sasuke because he's opened up a little. And that's what we've seen with Denya too, because Denya can be cute. She can be a little cheery from time to time. She can throw jokes. You know, it makes her relatable a bit. So things start working.
And I think after Denya's disappearance, Sigurika never mentions once Denya anymore. Or at least I don't remember it. Maybe I'm delusional, but, you know. And I really wish they develop relationships between characters much more, because they all feel bland. Sigurika and Denya is still one of the cutest romance friendships in the story.
Ooh. Lesbomancy. My favorite type of magic.
But the rest of the cast feels like they don't know each other, and sometimes just cosplay as friends. What's the relationship between Morny and Lucilla, the two teachers? Luke and Morny, another...
Okay, here we go. Hold on. This is it. This is important.
But the rest of the cast feels like they don't know each other.
I wonder why.
And sometimes just cosplay as friends.
Yes. And that's the reality of a lot of people you meet, even in real life. This is kind of what real life works as. I know. Shocking, right? This is actually as accurate of IRL as I've ever seen.
What's the relationship between Morny and Lucilla?
It's a professional relationship. If you see people at the job, you're going to think they're the best of friends. Outside of the job, they don't even talk to each other. This is just another example of that. Professionalism.
The two teachers. Luke and Morny, another teachers duo that we got.
Yeah, they just work on the same building. See, these two, they just work on the same building. Luke works in the infirmary. She works over there. They know each other. They're cordially, professionally speaking, and that's it. Just like life. Just like society, like we see.
Got to see interacting maybe once. Like I said, the trio of Linnea, Chisa, and Sigurika should have been more developed than, yeah, they're friends. How they bonded, when they bonded. Why can't we get to see that?
Well, they all have a point in common, which is they all have a crush on me, the Rover. So that's enough common ground for them to be friends, don't you think? My milkshake brings the girls to the yard. Now I'm getting jumped. Yeah. I mean, hey, look, don't you just require common ground for people to become friends? So, I mean, so shouldn't they be mortal enemies then? Okay, well, see, that happens only in anime, but not in gacha games. In gacha games, things are a little different. In gacha games, all these girls don't give a damn. Because let's not sit here and pretend Soy Soy didn't hit on Rover, knowing that her sister has the biggest crush on the dude. Like, let's not even talk about that. Like, let's not even, dude, the disrespect. I was just looking at Soy Soy like, God damn, what a bitch. What a vile freaking cunt. That was me, man. That was me. I looked at Soy Soy like, we need to roll that clip every time Soy Soy shows on screen, man. Like, you moving on your man, on your sister's man? You moving in on him? Like, god damn!
The story focused more on the characters instead of the main plot anyway. Hyuki and Chisa would have also been interesting, but Hyuki only...
I'm with life lessons on this one. They should have had a daughter-mother relationship. Look at them. Man, that would have been so good. And maybe she could have been like the daughter she had to protect, because I think the priestesses aren't allowed to have daughters and had to protect you and stuff like that. That's why you were in that dimension and stuff. And they could just expanded on that. And that would have been so cool, dude. But they just couldn't do it. What? You know what? Something just dawned on me. Why the hell don't we have... I think the only parent character I know of is in Genshin Impact's Alice to Clee. Besides that, what the hell? Why don't we have more parent-children relationships in the gachas? Because I think this would have been a good dynamic, if you ask me.
interacts with us, Lucilla, and kind of Denya. And I'm just here asking, why? Why can't we get to see them interacting?
Rover and Amieth? Well, that's adoptive. No, I'm talking like true biological, just been there, on spawn, they're still mother and daughter. You know, they didn't really cut contact because your dad happens to be a pretty much god of the universe you're in. No, like I'm talking like, there's actual good dynamic. It's kind of like Elise and Klee. Like she protected Klee. She left her in Mondstadt because she's this wizard or whatever. You know what I mean? I feel like that's a good dynamic. It feels more parent to child like. This is just like, oh, well, it turns out you have an adoptive daughter you forgot about. Yeah, that's, I don't know. Just doesn't feel like it's more like a, you know, bad things happened more than the parent protecting the children dynamic, if that makes any sense. Just think about Verita and Encore as your daughters. I don't want to think that. I hate them. They were good at the start of the game. I loved them at the start of the game, but now I hate them.
Over that possessive. I think this kind of got better with Lucila's story when we got to see Alto's interaction with her. Also some bits and pieces.
Shouts out to my ninja Alto, man. When Alto showed up here, a 4-star was mogging all the 5-star baddies. A 4-star male character was mogging all the 5-star baddies, dude. Like it was just something. It was something about this scene. And you wanna know what's crazy, man? Bro was there like acting like, oh my god, these girls are like going, they're being so kind and they were doing all this research stuff and I'm just there like, bitch, why are you sitting there acting like you're a 6-star? Sit your little ass down with that attitude. You better behave, boy. You better behave with your 4-star ass. I was just there like, bro's mogging them as a 4-star. As a 4-star. You're forming aura off them as a 4-star. Oh man. Oh, that was something, man. That was something. W Alto, man. I think this is by far the most Giga Chad in the entire game, dude. Just out of this scene.
Of other characters, but this was far too little and far too late for me to really enjoy the Lacharoy story. And let's be honest, the story went through loops after that to make us go on 1v1 story through memory lane with Lucila. And I am just so tired of it when it feels like they do it every single time with every single character. And after those like story quests, the characters are treated as an afterthoughts. I think Dania's—
Oh, that's just welcome to Gacha. Yeah, sadly, because it's all about selling characters. Due to this, they cannot necessarily maintain a cast. The only one that I feel like did a great job at this is Honkai Star Rail with the cast of the Express. Because you always see Da Hung, you always see Himeko, you always see Welt, you always see Marsh. They're always present. Those are the recurring casts. I like that. I think that was genius. I remember people crashing out because Mortefi knew Lucila. Really? Why? Sounds like Razor Girl mode. Razor Girl. I hate Rover and his high-pitched voice. It's so seductive. Pause. Funny enough, each Hoyo game so far does it better. Well, Genshin does it. No, they do it like Genshin. This is the formula that Genshin does, and it does feel like Genshin when you see this. No, SSR. I don't know about ZZZ. I know ZZZ is like you and your sister or your sibling. But I don't know if the rest of the cast, like, you still meet them. I'm not sure. But I know that the dynamic of the siblings is actually pretty cool. At least there's that. NTE looks similar, like Abon cast. There we go. That's a good example. NTE's Abon cast. You have Hattori, Adler, Ninali, etc. Like all of these characters, like, are probably going to become a recurring theme, at least while the 1.0 story ends. Because I think the future of NTE is going to be us going to new cities, and there's a good chance we're gonna have a new cast then, unless they move Abon where they maybe have like branch stores in different cities. I think that would be genius, by the way. They can just have branch stores in the new cities, like the new region we're going to go to, and have maybe a part of the cast that they're planning to have SP forms of in the new branch. So that way they can maintain this the cast you're basically having adventures with. I think that would be cool.
Story quest was also kind of an exception because Sigirica played significant role in that, but it being an exception is just so tiring. And please don't twist my words, I think Vuva has incredible writing when it comes to the individual characters.
Yeah.
I cried during Danya's story. You got
Uh-oh.
me, I cried reading that. But the lack of interactions between characters and constant 1v1 dates with Rover makes it fall flat. If I can't believe the character is real, quote-unquote, then it's hard.
It feels like this is not really a Wuwa Lahairoi problem. This is a gacha problem. Especially Genshin inspired stories problem, to be very specific. Am I crazy for that one? Because it feels like we're just singling out Lahairoi here, but that this is not really unique to Lahairoi, because I think you can expand this to pretty much everything that's like Genshin Impact. You capping with Genshin on that one? What do you mean? Dude, like, are you gonna tell me like Genshin has recurring characters? Like Honkai Star Rail? Are you what? I'm pretty sure we will have new cities, but so far Hado only mentioned developing of Hetero. They even added a placeholder areas already. Well, we'll see. What accent is this? Polish, Russian? I think it's Polish, but I'm not sure. We don't know where she's from, nor should we care, because privacy is important, not because we don't appreciate the person. No, it's a modern gacha problem with self-insert characters. Exactly. But at least for freaking Honkai Star Rail, NTE, ZZZ to a decent extent, there's a recurring cast of characters, and I think that's appreciated. It kind of breaks this mold. At least since Not Cry, Genshin is pretty good with cameos. So it took 6 years. Congratulations. They do in events, but in example, Not Cry, all major characters were present through the full storyline and weren't sidelined. Thank freaking God. W Genshin. All right, well, there we go. Well, at least there's that. But hold on. How long did that shit take? Because that wasn't around when Wuwa was released. So, like, they were still using the same problem that Genshin was known for. And Genshin had to sit down and actually fix it in Not Cry. So that way you guys can say this now. But for the most part, for the longest time, for years, literal years, this was the status quo.
For me to care about them or even the whole story. It also got repetitive very fast.
Oh, by the way, are they in Snezhnaya? Are they in Snezhnaya? Okay, so Not Cry happened. Where are they now? Where are they now? They always have done that, though. Ninja. Bro, you're telling me, Eula and Diluc shows up in this one random ass event because you do it in Mondstadt and they don't even have voice lines. And then they just vanish into the Shadow Realm. That's it? No, when we're talking recurring, it's like you see a lot of them. Like they're present. You don't see that. Can you please provide example of Genshin having constant 1v1 dates? What? Bro, that's a different problem. That's the problem we're talking about. Is that characters just vanish. That's what she was saying. Hey, bro, what video are you watching right now? Lahairoi sucks. That's one hell of a title, isn't it? Back in the days, all the gachas has its original MC and his companions. They met along the way and traveled together. That's true. That's true. Those good times, man. It's good times. Yeah, but they vanish in their own region. Okay. You don't understand the issue here. Yeah, they vanish in their own region. Okay, great. That's the problem. That's the issue with having a region-based type of approach to a story. A lot of the times, the characters just feel like that's it. They're just gone. They don't matter. We just don't see them as much anymore. Like that's it. And even when we do see them, it's like for a brief cameo, and that's it. It doesn't even matter. And that's bad. And that's because the characters are alive and well over there. You know they are. But that's it. Like you just can't see much of them anymore because we're now trying to sell the new stuff. That's why you will notice a lot of the times when certain animes go about doing something like this, they use the timeline. They move time ahead, where they introduce a new roster, and sometimes the characters, moved on with their life, etc., etc. Because when time moves on, the character basically becomes somewhat of a new character, if that makes any sense. Because they life moves on, and so yeah, I think that's a decent approach too. If you want to have like a new cast every time you want to move the story ahead, because that's what I think JoJo does, and I think they do a decent job with that. They do. It's like they killed Jonathan in season 1, in the first one. Oh, sorry, spoiler alert, by the way. Season 2, we had Joseph. Joseph becomes an old freaking man in part 3. And then he's basically just completely old as shit in part 4 and plays a massive important part there. And also, you will notice part 3 characters, besides Jotaro, of course, didn't make much an appearance in part 4 because, well, most of them are dead. And also, you'll finally know why in part 5, because Polnareff was out there in a whole entire subplot that matters a lot for the part 5 cast. And the part 4 cast for part 5 makes a good, important world building appearance for part 5 with the stand arrow and stuff. I know I'm going a little full JoJo fan here, but I hope that makes some sense in showing how beautiful you can go about setting up the new region through the cast you've already had. I think that's just beautiful, in my opinion. If they vanish after region ended, I wouldn't care, but they get one story quest and do nothing through the rest of the X regions quest, and that's my problem. That's a problem too. Yeah, that's a problem too. But you will notice what I'm trying to say here, Junji, is the concept in which they go about doing storytelling is not the best approach. It leaves a lot to be desired. That's all we're saying. Whether it's what you're saying, or there's obviously more nitpicks, of course, and what I nitpick and I found more problematic may differ to you, but ultimately, as a concept, it leaves a lot to be desired. That's all we're saying. What happens? Modern Gacha wouldn't be a problem if those characters were supporting character and not main character. So they're gonna go with it no matter what. It won't. Wait, hold on. What happens? Modern Gacha wouldn't be a problem if those characters were supporting character and not main character. When they're gone, it won't matter. You're right. They should have different main MCs. Here's an idea. Ghoulie God, shouts out to you, man. You just gave me a great idea. What if in every region you play as the Sentinel Resonator? Part 3, you play as Amieth. Part 2, you're Karthathea. Part 1, you're Jinsei. And you live through their challenges. I feel like that would be a lot better. Yeah, I think that's a lot better. That might work. Still not forgiving you for reading my nickname like that. All right, Jungi. God damn. It just came out that way.
The dev team can write an amazing stories, but most of the one we gotten in La Haroi should have been story quests, which they refuse to do. I also heard that the new story is pretty good, but I can neither deny it nor confirm it, since I haven't really finished it yet. Yeah, I am so slow about it. I should finish it though at the time of this video release, and
that would be the animated series. True! That actually might be the animated series. Yeah, and they can just establish the next region through something that happens in their own region, and it keeps going from there. I think that's kind of how stories are done, and it's beautiful. We like it.
I will write my opinion down in the comments, so if you're curious, you can check it out. Okay, I think I talked about the story plenty already, and I think we can let it go for now. And the next thing I want to focus on will be the exploration and map. One of the more significant things Kura decided to change was our means of transport. Since 2.0 we had available...
Ooh. I loved how they decided to say, oh, you're not going to fly anymore, only to bring it back later. You couldn't live with your own failure. Where does that bring you? Back to me. That's flight talking.
Flight, which they even extended to older parts of the map, but in 3.0 they decided to delete the flight and instead gave us bikes. Which, to be honest, I never really minded. It made the exploration a bit less convenient, and I saw quite a few people complaining about it, but later they also gave bikes.
The reason why I think that was a complaint is because we got used to flights. Shouldn't have made it so motherfucking good. And I think that was the main issue, where a lot of people felt like the bike was a downgrade because of the lack of mobility and just how much freedom it gives you in exploration. But I told myself, you know what? There's good to this too. I used the bike and I just decided to like tell myself flight never existed. Flight never existed. Have some fun with this. I enjoyed the bike. Yeah. It's just a matter of mindset. I worked on my mindset and how I went about approaching the game. The bike worked out for me. But you will notice it requires mental gymnastics for you to make yourself appreciate the bike. Yeah. To once again show you shouldn't have never made flight in the first place. Shouldn't have made flight so motherfucking good. What are we talking about? Oh, we're talking about the high roar sucks, apparently. I like the bike plus flight, but since you basically have double speed up bar. I do like that, actually. And I think the bike also offers something that normal flight doesn't, which is the jump, like when you can bounce off the air, like to go like 3 times. I think you can do that 3 times. That's some cool shit, if you ask me. I like that stuff.
Ability to fly, so the whole change was kinda pointless. Well, at least the bikes are pretty, I guess. I just kinda wish their animations were a bit faster. The map was also relatively big, which on itself is pretty good thing, but it feels very bland. There are massive parts of it in which there is just like nothing, maybe except few echoes. And you could argue that it was supposed to sell the idea of post-apocalyptic vibe of this game.
Yeah.
And well, it does look deserted, but deserted terrain.
Well, that's the problem with open world games. Now we're entering a open world game territory, which again, it feels nitpicky to just point it out. Just Wuthering Waves. A lot of open world games suffer from this issue, unfortunately.
Doesn't have to look bland. We have terrains like Sangus Plateus, Norfal Barrens, or to some extent even Mount Firmament in the game. And while all of those places are deserted, they also look very interesting. Well, the ones from La Haloy look lacking, unfinished maybe in some areas. I like Dimir Plains though. At least the designs were amazing as always. If I was really nitpicking, I could say that they don't look like they were made for the post-apocalyptic world that this game is presenting herself as, but none of us care that much.
Hey, just because the world is desolated doesn't mean I have to look like the world I'm around. I'm looking flashy.
La Haloy is pretty well off, so
I'm looking cute and stuff.
Walking Dead looking outfits. And as a words of ending, I do like Wuthering Waves!
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, man. The disclaimer, man. The disclaimer. The Kudu Bat shield. The Kudu Bat shield, man. You gotta keep that shield up. Oh, man.
Usually any critique of the game makes people mad, so I just wanted to make that clear.
Oh, she's adorable. You're sweating too hard there. It's fine. It's fine. Look, Kudu Bats don't like me. They don't like a lot of people. It's totally fine. It's fine. What you can do, however, is just try to expand your horizon and recognize that sometimes what you see is an issue in one particular game isn't necessarily limited to that one particular game, and also sometimes stems from a whole other game it drew inspiration from, which is what we're seeing here.
The combat, the graphics, Denia, Jinshi, are amazing. But I just can't say the same about La Haloy.
She called it the new Genshin. Wait. I'm gonna need to slow that baby down.
Game makes people mad, so I just wanted to make that clear. The combat, the graphics, Denia, Jinshi, are amazing.
Because the subtitle says the new Genshin. The subtitles are lying. I think the subtitles are lying. Hold on.
But the graphics, Denia, Jinshi.
I think it translated it. Because I think she said it in a different language. I don't even know what she said. Maybe it translated it. to the new Genshin. Bigsby, my man, tell me what is the most fire gacha right now in your opinion, considering the latest characters? I think all of them look amazing. That's tough. That's a tough question, man. God damn. Got you got Chinchao, you got Zanko, you got freaking SSR, got the Himeko, ZZZ got that one hell of a baddie. I don't even know what her name is, but I know if I seen her, I'll recognize her. You have all kinds of stuff, man. You got all kinds of stuff. That's tough. The subtitle wants to end me. I know this is tough. Shino, how you been, man?
Are amazing.
And also the fact that she sold like fire.
Denia, Jinshi.
See? Like demon. She did like a demon with fire. Like she poked fun. I think she said new Genshin chat. She knows what she did. She knows what she did. She knows. What's her name? Jungi. Wait, is that you in chat? Is that you? I was talking to you all this time. That's still not how to say my name. That was you. That's her, chat. God damn. Who else? I didn't recognize. My apologies. My apologies. They do call me grandpa for a reason. You know what I'm saying? This is just another example of that. Just make sure this didn't. Okay, this didn't happen, chat. It never happened. You weren't here for the 20th of August 2026 between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. never happened. You will never remember what happened. I'm doing an Aizen. Yes, I'm Itachi. I would zoom, but I don't think I can zoom easily. My mic is in the way. I thought it was a heated chatter. I was like, God damn, this person is coming at me. You think Ananta gonna flop? Hell no. This was Genshin. This was Genshin, right? You said the new Genshin because you have the demon and everything. You poked fun at him, didn't you? Yeah. You threw one of the kudu bats. You threw one of the Hoyo shields. You wanted to get some beef happening in the comments. Just admit it. We're on to you. Google is on to you. And Google never lies. And we all know Google never lies. AI will never lie to me in the stuff. Yeah, true. I made the titles myself, actually. All right. Based. Just look. Just based.
Are amazing. But I just can't say the same about Laharoy. And I also just couldn't hold it in me anymore. On another note, if you liked the video, consider liking and subscribing to
Oh, hell yeah.
another of my content. And when you're there, you can let me know if you liked Laharoy. Why or why not? But that will be all for today. Have a nice day, everyone!
Oh, she's cheery. I like that. So yeah, there it is, man. I think Laharoy was okay. Like an 8 out of 10, okay. That's what I think. I enjoyed it more than I did not enjoy it. I think it was great. You know what? I'm gonna make that bitch 9 because god damn it, we fought as Gundams in space. I don't know why we didn't talk about that. Hey yo, Junji, why the hell aren't we talking about the fact that we are in space fighting as Gundams? What about that? What about that? What happened? So we're just gonna ignore the fact that we're fighting as a badass Gundam in space, in the moon. Tomato. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. You're not gonna appreciate what I'm about to say. I'm gonna ruffle some feathers with this one, but you were too woman for that type of content. You just couldn't fathom the badassery that was that part of the story. You just couldn't. Gundam was mid. My man, Marine, you think that was mid? Oh, hell no. What? That was the shit. What are we talking about? I ain't letting none of y'all disrespect the Gundam fight. Ain't none of y'all disrespecting that damn Gundam fight. That was it. We were doing gajillions of damage. That was super good. We need the Wu region that's just summer outfit themed. Right. Of course we do. The only problem was it didn't last longer. I'm saying. By the way, that's what she said. He's so good. It's just that he doesn't last long. Right. Right. I'm sure that's a problem. Honestly, I didn't play it, but I seen it had nothing actually on Gundam. Wait, what? No, the whole plot was about awakening the Gundam to actually do Gundam stuff. I don't know what I have arrived to, but three things. What? Best 5 seconds of my life? Ain't that the truth, my man, Marine? Ain't that the truth? First, I hope y'all have a good day. Oh, hope y'all having fun. My apologies, my man. Thank you, we appreciate it, man. I'm saying Gundam is cooler. Oh yes, it is. Of course, like Gundam is the shit. My bro, have you watched the Aeon 2 second trailer? No, the Gundam was good, but it was an isolated event. There's no way to say where we. There's no way to say where we fought. Felt like we were on the moon, but that was me though. I'll be going now. Have a nice day. Hey, shouts out to you. I think it's Jungi, right? Am I supposed to pronounce it Jungi or Jungi? Like, how am I supposed to pronounce it? Because you keep getting mad at me all the damn time for mispronouncing the damn name. Wuwa has chest, even AKE has chest. Let me just climb this mountain, run out of neither? How that all right, you just let me know. Maybe you can type in, I'll try to pronounce it. Open Google Translate in Polish and type my name. Okay. Polish. Oh, I think English to Polish. Something like this. This maybe. Oh, Jungs. It's just Jungs. It's Jungs. Okay. All right, Jungs. No, click here. Oh, okay.
Youngs.
Youngs? Nani? It's Youngs. Young Buck. Oh.
Jungi.
Youngie. Okay. Okay. Bro, you have to be trolling. Look, I know I have a hard time escaping the allegations. It's just when you see an elderly have a hard time crossing the streets, you don't sweat them, you don't stress them, you don't get mad at them. You just like damn, like these young kids these days don't even show no damn respect for the elderly or nothing. They just be rushing me and shit. How old are you, V? Well, apparently I'm as old as the pyramids. I was around there. Yeah. I was actually trying to be Pharaoh at the time. You can even find my mugshot around those days in my Twitch emotes and everything. But unfortunately, I just didn't get it. Cleopatra had that goddamn riz that I didn't have. So yeah, so it's Jungi.
Jungi.
All right, Jungi. Good to meet you, Jungi. Again, nice video. We appreciate you. I think all in all, again, I feel like expanding the horizon is probably something that I think that is very important as we go about topics like these. But I feel like Lahai Roy was definitely a necessary step for Withering Waves to be even better. Because I don't know about you, but after that, especially like the first parts of 3.0, I feel like the story really picked up well. And now we see that as well again in the Mengzhou. I think we're eating good. That's kind of the beauty of Withering Waves and Kuro games. I feel like they learn from their mistakes, go from there, and really, that's what more can you ask for nowadays? Am I right? Nothing is perfect. No one is perfect. Everybody's going to make mistakes. And what we expect and what we desire out of people that make mistakes is, of course, to learn from them and become even better. Really, I think that's not a, it's quite a big ass nowadays, unfortunately, believe it or not. So yeah, that's me. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Like, subscribe if you haven't already. Be seeing you. Bro, we're doing gazillion damage fighting a black hole, and now Rover gets parried by some puppeteer guy from China. This is some Genshin level character development. I do agree with that one. I hate the fact of how power scaling just goes down the shitter the moment we skip. The best example I can give is Ash's Pikachu. Everybody knows about Ash's Pikachu. Ash's Pikachu should be rocking every Pokemon in sight. But it loses to the first gym leader in the new zone because of some weird level reset. Like, it's super strange to me. Super weird. It's all for the plot. They have to create some degree of fear for the character, for the MC. It's super annoying. Snivy wreck. Dude, Pikachu lost to Snivy? What the hell? Without being Raichu as well. I know. It's like, damn. It's kid anime, so it's fine. Look, it would have been fine if the games didn't exist. I'll be real. If the games didn't exist, it would have been totally fine. But because the games exist, and we know there's some degree of... they're trying to respect how the games work, it's not fine. Everybody knows Pikachu is stronger than Raichu. It's a downgrade. Based. True. The MC supposedly should be the strongest character in gacha games. In the meantime, MC is always the most useless one. No one comes close to uselessness more than freaking Traveler. We all know Traveler takes... He's made to be an even more of a bitch because of that. Traveler, like, oh my god. But anyway. All right, chat. Look alive again. We're going to have to back it. Say hi to YouTube if you would. And let's get active.
I do believe.
Oops, sorry. Traveler is not even looking like an MC. Ain't that the truth, man? I say hi to YouTube chat. Let's get this on. Well, snap. It seems some dramas just don't completely disappear. And I think the reason why they don't completely disappear is because people want to keep using that one particular stain in maybe anything's reputation to keep furthering their own agendas and keep downplaying the success of that particular thing. The reason why I'm saying thing, because I think this can apply to games, products, even creators online, celebrities, what have you. I think this applies to everything because people want to put you in a box that's more fitting to them, especially their narrative, because it makes them feel better about it. And it seems that NTE seems to be having this issue going at it, because I think NTE has established itself in the market. It's not the best, it's not the worst. It's a good freaking game. And I think a lot of people enjoy. And unfortunately, some people just can't seem to enjoy it too. And that's fine. I mean, tastes are tastes. But they don't just stop at not enjoying it. No. They have to go the extra mile of coming at it, attacking it, downplaying what it does well and everything, harping on the first ever drama it ever had, which is the AI usage. Now, I would like to once again remind us, especially for people that are new, also for those of you that don't know, the AI usage was a turning point, in my opinion, for companies as a whole through NTE. Let me explain. After NTE was shown to have AI, VTubers and creators that covered NTE had the drama going at them, which sparked a massive controversy surrounding the usage of AI in development as a whole, but mainly game development, because this conversations were predominantly from gamers, right? Most of them were gamers. And a lot of people just basically said, hey, yo, we don't necessarily care about the usage of AI because AI is ultimately a tool. We can clearly see that the usage of AI here is not to replace people's creativity, but rather it was a tool to facilitate the developer's job, which is what AI is all about. And considering how technology is ever evolving, people are going to use the new stuff, which is what AI is. People that are going against AI in its usage in this particular fashion, as just mentioned, as a tool, are basically people that are saying, don't use a smartphone. Use the old ass Nokia with Snake in it and stuff. You shouldn't have, you can't tap on your phone. You can't have a smart screen and stuff. No, 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 no. You need to have like an OG phone with built-in buttons of numbers, etc., etc. That's basically what we hear. Now, of course, is there reasons of concern towards AI replacing people creativity? Sure, of course. I mean, this concern could apply to everything, really. But that's not how these companies are using AI. And ever since this conversation blew up, a lot of companies came out, including GTA 6 CEO, well, Rockstar Games CEO, in about GTA 6's release, saying, quote, we're using AI as a tool as well to help, especially with certain background stuff, which is just genius. It's just smart. It's just doing business smart. We had earlier someone that was more in the game development sphere. I think we had two people. Shouts out to you guys. I think one was called Rental Guard or something like that. I forgot the name. My apologies. But basically, some are saying that within the game development side of the streets, AI is majorly being used by those people. And everybody that's not using it over there are basically being told, you're playing at a debuff. You're going to be left behind. You're playing at like max difficulty when you don't necessarily have to. And so we have the issues that we have today, because ultimately AI will help you with some of the things you're trying to achieve, especially if you can take full advantage of it as a tool. But you should be careful that it does not replace you and your creativity and just how competent you are, because, well, at that point, it's basically becoming a debuff and a poison to you and your skill set, if that makes any sense. Now, this has been months ago. No one gave a damn about the usage of AI in NTE anymore. Apparently, except for one person. That's right. We're talking, of course, about good old Saintontas back at it again with another NTE hate piece. We just gotta keep debunking our man Saint here. I don't know why. But again, this is what happens when we're on opposite sides right now when it comes to the NTE conversation. So yeah, we're having a bit of a back and forth, at least in terms of react, just from me to him, really. And so yeah, I don't know why we're perpetuating this. I guess we're just attacking NTE now because there's not much attacking to do to Arknight's infield and Genshin and stuff, because I know he's been going at Genshin for Sneznaya. I haven't really covered that too much because I'm not really playing Genshin as much anymore, so I don't want necessarily just want to doom and gloom on a game that I'm not active in, if that makes any sense. And SSR as well. So it feels like we're attacking every other game besides Wuthering Waves, but he does criticize Wuthering Waves from time to time. Therefore, he's not the number one Kurubot, but he does come off as a number one Kurubot in certain lines, like the legendary. They're not using AI to copy, for creativity. They're simply copying Kudo's creativity. That's right. That's right. So yeah. But Wu 1.0 voice acting. I know, man. I know that was bad, wasn't it? Hold on, there's sirens. Geesh, that's loud. This screams, how many times do we have to teach you this, old man? There's nothing really to teach. This is just all business. This is all business. He's been shitting on Wuwa since 3.5. Well, there is criticism to be done too. Because here's the thing: I think Saint simply goes overboard in the way he goes about criticizing things. Like, you could criticize. I think we can all agree why he's criticizing. Sure, this can be a reason for concern, but the way you go about it is to such an extreme degree that it's like, just calm down there, man. It's just whoa, 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 whoa. It's like you get slapped and you pull out a goddamn bazooka and just blow someone up. But whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't think it deserves all that, man. Relax. It's so overkill. But anyway, it seems there's a rehash of the past when it comes to AI. There's a very high chance most of us are not going to care if NTE is shown to be using AI again, because they have openly admitted that we are going to use AI as a tool. It simply will not replace people, our team's creativity, which is what most people expect from game development as a whole. Like I talked about with GTA, a lot more companies came out and said we also use AI as a tool in our development, which is actually smart for companies to do that. And the reason why is simple: all investors are eyeing AI now. They want to attract investors, and to attract them using the term AI helps tremendously, just like back in the day with the metaverse. And so anyway, here goes for rehash 3. I think this is probably the third time we're tackling this topic. It just won't die, it seems. So without further ado, let's get active.
Ladies and gentlemen, the phrase aged like milk is something that's become a lot more common in, I do believe, the modern era, because there are oftentimes going to be a lot of situations where when you're held accountable, oftentimes people don't fulfill the promises that they've made. And when it
change is hard. Change is hard for a lot of people, because overcoming habits and the comfort of the things you used to do is incredibly difficult.
comes to corporations, companies, they're even worse at fulfilling the promises that they've made, especially the gotcha ones, because we've got the NTE situation, the AI situation. We all remember from 3 months ago where the developers...
By the way, I want to go on record by saying that anybody that still tries to say like this is such a negative, this is so bad, you're just a virtue signaling, grandstanding beta loser, obviously. Like, just stop it. Just stop it. Like, I'd get it from artists, because it like affects their livelihood. Like, sure, they can get, I understand why they would get mad. But anybody that's trying to come here and say this game is just bad because they used it in the background? In the background? Like, seriously? You're gonna sit here and try to attack a game that's doing fine because it used it in the background? Like, what the fuck? Oh, by the way, I'm hearing also that Withering Waves has also been called out for the usage of AI. It has been shown to use AI as a tool for its stuff as well. Oh, there you are, my man Rondo Guard. Wait to see the root problem is. It's hilarious. Hey, Rondo Guard, what was the thing you said for Wuwa? Perfect timing. Let me just introduce that real quick so that people are more aware. What was the thing I want to look up? That's like that shows that Wuwa uses AI. Check Visvise. Okay, Visvise is an end-to-end AI-powered game arts and animation creating platform. Automates around 85% of character skinning and weight. Okay, that's a lot. Okay, there's a... Hold on. There's a... What's these called? Oh yeah, translate that, baby. So there's an article that Tencent unveils Visvise is used for artistic production, and they're showing Withering Waves. There's a review from Kuro. You're kidding me. Ain't no way, bro. Presented at Gamescom, the suite promises to speed up processes from days to minutes with the ability to quickly skin and animate characters and generate animations in just 10 seconds. Already used in 90 games, including PUBG Mobile. Tencent claims the support, not a human substitute. There it is. That's what they're all saying. Okay, Visvise Kuro Games. It's right here. Visvice is an artificial intelligence-driven art and animation production platform created by Tencent, and Tencent, as we all know, has a huge hold on Kuro Games, that is utilized by Kuro Games and over 50 external game development companies to streamline technical works. Well, there it is in 4K. Adoption. Kuro Games uses Visvice's development pipeline facilitated through its ties, backing from parent partner company Tencent. And yeah, Tencent, just as we just saw in the article, they did the exact same thing like the Rockstar CEO did, a lot of companies did, to capitalize on NTE. So actually, one might argue NTE also made it so that Wuwa exposed itself in using AI too. Because this whole flood of companies admitting to AI started around NTE. The whole drama surrounding NTE, because it wasn't really about NTE, it was surrounding the usage of AI as a tool in the games. And once they've seen the general consensus is pretty tolerant towards the usage as a tool, a lot of them came out and did it and to try to attract investors as well, because AI is the big thing. Well, Kuro did the same thing through Tencent. Isn't that so? Rules for D and not for me is how we're going to go about it? Is that how we're going to go about it? Is that what we're going to be doing? All right, here we go again, man. With debunking, we just got to be the XQC up in this. All right, here we go.
Themselves, right? The developers themselves went ahead and they apologized for the massive amount of backlash that they were getting for doing things like putting AI generated assets, right, as official materials in the release of the game.
It's not official material. It's fucking background. Who cares? Bro, ain't no one give a damn. What are we talking about? It's background. I do not care about how the trees look like in the new zone. In Mingzhou, there's like trees. I don't care how trees look like. I don't care about the tapestry that is hung in this one store. Like, who cares?
Remember this stuff, there was more, there were even like some cutscenes and stuff like that, right? And so NTE made this formal apology.
No, I don't think that was in cutscenes. I haven't heard of that. I know there's like that one. There was like a small movie and like those little TV things, and the fish is 3. I'll be real with you. The anti-AI activists are being even more annoying than the AI bros. At least AI bros don't harass you. Exactly, and also AI bros don't be condescending. They don't be coming at you like, you're so evil and you're so bad for entertaining this stuff that just uses this tool that is all about how technology is going nowadays. It's like, what?
We all remember it. Thank you for the feedback. It matters to us. It's built on human creativity. AI assisted tool.
Oh, wait. No, it's built on Kuro's creativity. Whoa. Correction. It's built on Kuro's creativity. Yeah. Just so that we're clear.
Tools were used for only a small number of background and environmental assets, not in the characters or stories that define the game. And so, guys, well, a lot of people viewed this as like a commitment to, hey, since they're reviewing and reworking flagged assets, they're not going to be doing this anymore, right? They're going to...
No? What? Hold on. Let's read that. So, AI-assisted tools were used only on a small number of background and environment assets, not on the character stories that define the game. We're already renewing and reworking the flagged assets. Your feedback shapes this game. Where did they say that? They didn't say that. And it's stupid for them to say that. You think they're about to debuff themselves and give up on all these tools they bought just to keep a bunch of virtue signaling, grandstanding douchebags on Twitter happy? You're out of your damn mind. I would have called out NTE for actually surrendering to those people. I think as NTE players would have been more mad. The majority of players would have been more mad at NTE for actually just dropping everything completely just to make certain people happy. People that, for the most part, don't even care about the longevity and the quality of the game. They only care about furthering their own agendas and their own worldview. It's super annoying. It's super annoying, man.
It's not the characters or stories that define the game. And so, guys, well, a lot of people viewed this as like a commitment to, hey, Since they're reviewing and reworking flagged assets, they're not going to be doing this anymore, right? They're going to stop. Well, turns out, ladies and gentlemen, they did it again. In the current Chinese version of NTE 1.3 that is currently only live in CN, it turns out, ladies and gentlemen, an AI-generated watermark was seen on some of NTE's in-game assets, specifically icons for some of their items. And as you can see over here, it's really easy to miss this one because it's just showing up as that in the icon of this item. As you can see,
we're complaining about a black thing in an icon in a fish. So we just want to get mad. Like, we're just trying to get mad. Like, we're just actively looking for a way to get mad. Okay. This is really dumb to complain about. This is what I'm saying. These people, to me, are like crazy girlfriends. They be saving up shit to complain about. They be saving up shit to get mad about. They be actively looking for shit to get mad about. Oh my God.
when you see the translations over here, I forgot to remove the AI watermark generated by Doi Bao, which is like the Chinese version of Grok. One of the cheapest AI engines that they have, Grok, right? You like, guys, this is just one. I want to see what Grok generates for me. Hey, let me see if I can do the same thing. Generate an anime style 2D seahorse icon. Let's see what Grok spits out for me, brother. Because that's essentially what they did over here. Because this watermark over here is literally what outputs from.
I guess it didn't do it for him. I guess Grok was like, nope.
One of the AI generated tools. What the fuck is going on over here? How is this happening again, even after these guys have already caught a bunch of hot water for what they did before, got all of that negative PR, and then also apologized for it and said they were removing assets and not going to do it again? How does this keep happening even a second fucking time? Because, like, bro, obviously...
Actually, one might argue this is more of a problem for NTE's polish more than anything else. I feel like NTE, considering how much content they're trying to push, polish is obviously going to suffer from it. And I feel like this is just another example of it. Because we see this a lot, especially in cutscenes. And this one here is obviously something that's very easy to miss, because this is like the detail of a detail. So it's just like... You know what I mean? I feel like NTE maybe is stretching itself too thin. They're trying too hard, and because of that, some details are obviously going to slip through the cracks. Bugs, stuff like that are going to slip through the cracks. You know what's funny, man? I don't know if... I've never heard of an AI giving you watermarks. That's just me. Typically, the watermarks is like for certain websites, but I don't think. Okay, so you know what? Hold on. Let me do it with Grok, because he tried it. It didn't work. Maybe it can work for us. Generate me an image of a fish in a blue circle with neverness to everness as a logo in the circle. I don't know if it'll understand that, but we can try that. The assets never made it to globals anyways. Yeah, of course, like they're gonna hotfix that very fast as soon as people catch on to that. Okay, I don't see no watermark. There it is. It's right here. There's no watermark. Here, there. It just showed. It just made me something. There you go. Boom. Maybe, just maybe, this isn't a watermark. Maybe that's just a bug. Like the rendering of the icon was done poorly. Maybe this is just... Because here's the thing, by the way. Okay, you know what? We can ask. We can ask Google. is Dubao. I think it's called Dubao. Yeah, Dubao. Does Dubao leave watermarks in its generated? I just want to confirm. Like it could be just something like a bug, and people are trying to spin it into that it's a watermark for an AI. You never know. So does Dubao leave watermarks in its generated pictures? I guess could you say that? Ah, there it is. So yes, Dubao leaves watermarks on his generated pictures, usually in both visible text and invisible digital file makers. Okay, so this is the Gotcha Gaming. All right, hold on, let's see. I mean, the game has been using AI from the start. It's not a surprise. So this is like from the free version. The free version leaves you the watermark. Okay. All right, so at least now we know. Love how the first hiss is now NTE. Oh yeah, well of course because it's directly associated to it.
Like mine doesn't look that good. But like this is essentially, bro. This is just they just ripped that shit and put it in the game. Basically, that's.
Well, actually, what's funny is if they were to use Grok, they wouldn't have gotten a watermark. They should start using Grok instead of Dubao. Like if you're gonna do that, just use Grok, man. It's better.
The effort that they were putting in their icons, bro. So like there you go. Like that's straight. Like
I'll be honest, like I don't like any tool that leaves watermarks. Like that's just a big no-no to me.
They did. They just copy pasted that and put that shit in there. That's how they're making assets in this fucking game. That is how they're developing this fucking game. And so
that's like a detail. Like no one. It doesn't matter.
Really makes the stance. That really makes the position, right? That really makes the take from so many of these individuals so fucking goofy.
If he brings up Gotcha Smack, if he shows Gotcha Smack with the whole support the 50-50, bro.
Right? Because all I really need to do right now is just, hey guys. We got to get the quote again.
It's important you support the
Dude. Aha. We are not farming ore right now. We need the bingo card for saying, you know what? It's time. Thank you for reminding me. It's time. Bingo card maker. There's something right there, right? All right, here we go. All right, let's start. Let's make one. Yeah, we're making a bingo card right now. All right, here we go. We're making a bingo card. Okay, so we're gonna make
Get off that nigga dick, bro. What is
so true. All right, we're gonna have Smack, Twitch tracker, regard. What else? Oh, bro. You gotta have bro. Oh, there it is. Say bro. Yeah, bro. What else do we have?
Get off that nigga dick, bro. What is he doing?
Twitch trends. Yeah, we have that. Pulling up a chatter. Unfair ban. I'm gonna call it unfair ban because pulling up chatters is fine. Mouth clicking noises? He does that? Kudu botting. AI. Grifter? Oh, hypocrisy. Hypocrisy. Because there's decent good levels of hypocrisy for saying I'm not gonna lie. Game's game, but it's still hypocrisy. Google Trends. Well, Google Trends is normal. I think Twitch Tracker is like the weakest of the bunch. That's why like it's a good call out. Like when people point out, it's like, oh, good Twitch Tracker. It's just not solid data. Yeah, he does annoying mouth noises. Well, that's a tick. I don't think we want to have that. I never noticed it personally. Here's the thing, guys. Well, that's a classic. Because here's the thing. That's just a classic saying. And we can't have that. We have a bit of a situation here. Oh, that's always going to be present. It's like saying, all righty, ladies and gentlemen. Like, that's always going to be there. Like, I think a bingo card is like something that, you know, you never know. Arcanine slander. Oh, yeah. Slander. Game. Games he don't play slander. Yo, let's go CJ. How you doing, man? Stuttering man stutters all the time. Well, we all stutter. That's normal. Napoleon complex. Non-Kuro game slander. Well, he does slander Woo from time to time now. So Tectone bootlicker. Nah, I wouldn't say so. Dead air with shocked faces. Oh, what's the term I'm looking for? Blowing things out of proportion. Fanboy? No, I wouldn't say so. Shit. Performative. Performative outrage. Yeah, performative outrage. Rage baiting. Okay, I can't say hate farming because that's the name of the game. Playing a victim plays the victim. Victim mentality. I said the G word for Gian, but got auto modded. The G word. Oh, like Gianni's gay. I'm the second Tectone. Okay, sure, we can have that. Second Tectone. That's rare though. We're gonna rarely have double standards. We already have what's it called? Hypocrisy. Gay. True. Gay. We can have gay there too. All right, I think we need 3 more. We got 3 more left. The fact that we managed to fill it up this much is crazy. Stuttering, I'm telling you. I find we'll have stuttering there. This game needs to die. You know what? That's a good one. This game needs to die. Because I don't like it. I will have one last. Call someone a pedo. Shitting on random chatter. I think I have it here with unfair ban. Oh, you know what? Unfair. Oops. Chatter. Beef. We'll just call it unfair chatter. Beef or something. What's the term I'm looking for? Fuck. Allegation, insinuations. Yes, insinuations is huge. That's important. We almost forgot about that. Based insinuations. There we go. Promoting hate. Well, that's just the name of the game. That's just the. I think instead of stuttering, we should have that one there. What do you guys think? Because stuttering is very human. I think it's very normal. Like I stutter, everybody stutters. I think we can have there instead of it, we can have promoting hate, like hate farming. What do you guys think? Actually, we should have brr with a W. I think it needs the W there, man. Brr because it comes out with like a W. It's like bro. It's brr. uh, twisting the narrative, gaslighting the audience using forced proof. Oh, fudge. True. Oh my god. All right, we need to replace some things. All right, twisting the narrative. Gaslighting. Forced proof. Yeah, I think instead of AI, we can have forced proof is better. Misinformation. Misinformation. I think it's better. Simply misinformation. Pochi, my man. Misinformation. I think misinformation is really that simple. God damn, Saints playbook is tough. All right, here's to hoping this is enough. Let me copy this. Next step. What? Can I just download it? Oh yeah, it's really that simple. All right, here it is. Here it is, chat. Your Saint bingo card. It has been done. We have it. All right, here we go. Share it on Discord? Yeah, sure. All right. Up. Here you guys go. It's on Discord if you want to grab it for yourself. Why does it say bro? Because the way he says bro. I just call it bro with the W. Bro. That's how he said it. Look, we can do it like that if you want. There you go. There, is it better? Because I thought like bro is kind of how he says it. Pulling up John Simmons posts. Well, that's just John Simmons also shares information, so yeah, it's okay. All right, great. While you filled the whole bingo, I know this is crazy, and we have more space. Like if we had, we can because I had to remove some to add these. Laughing weird on his own jokes. Well, I don't know about that. Anyway, going back to it.
These games because that's how you tell future developers we don't want 50-50s in our games.
But we want this. This is an incredible.
This is like saying, I don't like pancakes. Then you must love waffles. Whoa. I said this thing is good. That's it. I'm not encouraging the rest of the stuff. I'm saying this particular part of it is good. And this is just a small, stupid detail that no one gives a damn about besides a virtue signaling, grandstanding, just trying to hate farm as hard as we can. Like, no one cares. Jesus.
Accomplishment for a couple of reasons. Because A, obviously, they're taking massive shortcuts using AI-generated tools to fucking generate stuff in their game. And B, they're so lazy they got caught from a fucking watermark. That's like a whole recipe.
I wouldn't call it lazy. I would call it things slip through the cracks. Because the fact is, NTE... Okay, I want us to think about this for a second. They went from 999 nits, the Draco bike, etc., back to the jet ski, freaking new apartment, new zone, new character with Zanko, etc., as we're still working for stuff like that. So that is a lot. Like NTE has been going back to back to back with a lot. Details will freaking slip through the cracks. That's gonna happen. It is. It is. 999 AI assets. Hey, look, man. This is what we have right now, man. People are using AI as a tool to make their stuff easier. Have you seen YouTube? Ninjas have YouTube freaking thumbnails as AI. People are making AI generated thumbnails. Like, for crying out loud.
P4 disaster you don't even want to associate yourself with if you're even slightly cognizant of what that means.
What? What does that mean? You mean they're using the tools and videos? Oh, don't even get me started on AI slop that literally ruined YouTube for many creators. Like, don't even get me started on that. People are getting demonetized because of AI slop. Because the AI thinks, because the YouTube system thinks a lot of faceless channels are AI, so they just demonetize them. Don't even get me started on that one. So this is like, all we're doing right now is like so silly. It's not even funny. This type of AI usage doesn't matter for the majority of people. Don't we deserve a great game? Criticizing it is fine. It is fine to critique. Of course it is. But we're talking about a watermark in a fish icon that no one gives a fuck about. And they already solved it anyway. Because if I go right here, all right, there it is. The developers of the game NTE did accidentally leave an AI watermark on an in-game picture. The reaction, fans and players on social media mocked the studio for using the free tier of an AI tool. You want to know what's funny, Chad? This could literally just be that one guy. It must be just that one guy in the game studio. This was like, I'll just do that. Frig it. I'm home. I don't feel like going back to the office to do this. I'll just do it here. And just use that one. There it is. The developer have since removed the visible watermark from the seahorse image, though the underlying art asset remains the same. And there we go. Someone must have gotten fired. Oh, yeah, for sure. Someone must have lost his job for this one. That's for sure. You know what else is funny, chat? This does bring a bit of eyes onto NTE. This is not like necessarily bad publicity, if that makes any sense. Hold on, I'm shining. There we go. Calling them out for using the free tier is funny, though. Dude, using the free tier is crazy. Whoever this is, for me personally, like, this is so silly. It must have been done on purpose. Because how the hell do you not notice that? Damn. No one would talk about NTE having issues if it wasn't relevant. Well, yeah. That's also a thing.
This means that internally, these guys have no fucking idea what they're doing. Their work processes are fucking garbage. And, like, the development of this game probably seems similar to an operation out of somebody's garage. Because how the fuck does this even... Bro, is this actually a multi-million-dollar development where they're like, how does stuff like this get through? Because, guys, there's multiple videos on it. And, of course, the comments. Just, bro, the Chinese are fucking hilarious. So.
All right, we got one in the bingo card, chat. All right, hold on. Let's work on the bingo card. Hold on. We just got one. He just hit us with the bro. All right, we got one, chat. We got one. Score one for us.
This should just be more proof of it. I just logged in and checked. It's real. They're all now going in, logging in to check, doing all of this stuff, bro. And they're like, yes, it's real.
One guy screwed up. These guys in HOTA don't know what the fuck they're doing. That's just the nature of the business. You know what I mean? This is why people get fired for stuff like this. Because people don't necessarily care. This is your game. This is your brand. I don't give a shit who you made work to do this. The reality is your product has this. So that's just the way things work, unfortunately.
Other games use AI, self-developed local open source models, enterprise commercial APIs, and self-developed training large models. NTE AI usage. Dubao, help me generate a game material image of a purple-crowned seahorse. Grok, generate me an image.
Well, the funny thing is Grok doesn't even give you any watermark. Like, it just does its job. Like, they're using the wrong free tool.
Because this is the argument of AI. Most of these companies are using AI for, like, actually helpful, you know, somewhat productive purposes. While these guys are just using AI to take crazy
Whoa. What? It's for details like this.
shortcuts. Dubao.
You're calling fixing icons in an event, in a mini game. Okay. All right. Hold on, let me hear that again.
You know, somewhat productive purposes. While these guys are just using AI to take crazy shortcuts.
You're thinking that's a shortcut. So that's a shortcut, chat. Yeah, the entire usage of AI as a tool is a bit of a shortcut considering how effective the technology is. It's like a crazy shortcut. Like, what are you trying to imply? All right, we have another one, chat. We have implying. Insinuation? No. Which one was it? Is it gaslighting? Is that what gaslighting is? Twisting the narrative, maybe? Because like he's trying to say, like, in this detail, it means it's everything. But that's clearly not the case. Which one do you guys think it applies to the best? Am I offline? I know. I'm just tripping. I'm just tripping. Insinuating? Yeah, I guess that this is insinuation, right? Yeah. All right. So we got one other one.
Dubao, help me generate the main story outline for NTE version 1.4. If the plot is also an AI-generated script, wouldn't that blow up? Because that was one of my big critiques for this game. Bro, the story in this game is so fucking bad. I thought it was generated by AI as well, but now I'm thinking it
The first half is bad. The second half and going from there, I think it's pretty good.
is. It literally is. That is what I...
And you know what else? What another game had a shit story around the story? At least mid, not shit. Sorry. It had a mid story at the start. It was Wuthering Waves. And look at it now. It's like people are not even willing to let people cook, which is exactly what Wuwo was all about. Like, the entirety of the Wuthering Waves community just allowed Kuro Games to cook. And look at where we are now. Delicioso. It's like, why can't we do the same?
now going to default to. They are literally just generating this entire game with AI. And they're doing their best to hide it, but their best is still really sloppy. Doesn't this just make all of these sort of like blatant copy moves that they've done look even worse?
You are not trying to do that again. You are not. Dude, this has been debunked like a gajillion times. We are not buying this. No one is buying this. Like, we've seen, like, freaking Kuro got inspiration from Tower of Fantasy. Is this hypocrisy? Kinda.
Now that you know they're still using AI and they're still using it to take shortcuts and they're still using it to spend less money on the development, because that's all the stuff going into this game's lack of 50-50. This is why this game doesn't have a 50-50, by the way. It's because they're able to just delete, I guess, all of their fucking OpEx because they're just getting the work from somewhere else. Bro.
What? What are we talking about? You can cross out smack. You got a point there.
They're just outsourcing the work. It's being done by other companies, not Hana Studios. And that's why there's no 50-50.
Is he trying to say that characters are that expensive? Bro, freaking Kuro does the same thing. They use AI too. They're taking shortcuts in doing things as well. Tencent came out and said that too. It's like, what are you trying to say, that other games characters or development is so expensive that they have to monetize them to its fullest? When NTE doesn't have to do that because like they're cheaper to make. That's why they don't need to do no 50-50. What the hell are we talking about? What?
And of course, right? We just gotta support games like this, bro.
That's what you should do. You compare it to the best market contender in the mainstream space, and that's Neverness to Everness, for a free-to-play, consumer-friendly experience. By doing that, you are now forcing another mainstream space game to have to confine to that principle. Because
No, I don't want no more games in the space doing this shit, bro. I don't want nobody to be doing this shit no more.
Shut up. Just stop. Just stop. Oh my God. Which one is it? I don't even know which one it is. Performative outrage. There it is. This is so performative. This is so... No one gives a damn, bro. And no one give a damn. No one cares. And look at chat over here. Someone saying, freaking grifter. Yeah. Hit him. Chat, we're sharing a space with them. No. Oh, God.
What the fuck? This shit is bad. This shit is lazy. This shit is pathetic.
An icon in a mini game. Yeah, so yeah, that's it. Like a small watermark and an icon in a mini game expanded to the game just being, that's it. It's a nothing. Okay. This is like saying a girl has like a teeny tiny hair in her armpit. That's it. She's too manly. She's ugly. She's this. She's that. That's it. You no longer care about the stuff, all the hotness you see. No. You care only about that teeny tiny hair in the side of her armpits because she just didn't see it. That's all you care about. Okay.
Do bow as the budget pick tracks for some pipelines. Calling me the cheapest form of Gen AI is a new one, though. Forgetting to scrub the watermark off a purple crowned seahorse is a different level of cost.
That's I think CJ might use this one. There's a good chance we might see this in the CJ video.
Bro, Grok just fucking...
The Grok got jokes. I love Grok.
Shit all over NTE, bro. Bro, these devs just got dragged by AI after using AI on the entire game. Bro, this is like some fucked up Terminator movie.
Bro.
Holy shit. That is unreal. The thing is, guys, it gets worse. It literally gets worse. Do you want to know why? Because people are just going in. Bro, Chinese people are so mad at this game. Because it's so shit, and it's so low quality, and everything's stolen. And there's power creep as well, and all of that garbage where, like, characters now need, like, A1 or A2 to not, like, fucking be as crippled as Mornier before her leg surgery. You just have a bunch of Chinese people now invading Twitter just to shit on this game. Bro, this Chinese guy, because the game's only available in CN right now, took a photo of his shit on the PC with his phone just to post it on American Twitter. Translated, bro, this is what the original post said. What the fuck? That's how pissed they are, bro. That's how much CN hates this game. They are literally crossing the great firewall. The great fucking firewall, bro. To just be posting shit over here like this.
I want us to think about that for a second. You have enough free time and you have enough things to want to say about a game, about a watermark and an icon in a mini game. You come all the way to Twitter. You weren't satiated in Bilibili, as in you didn't get that dose of validation you require over in Bilibili. You decided, you know what? Let me cross the ocean and do that in the Western side as well. Wow. That's a... Okay. CN hates the game. Where's it rank in the app stores? Isn't that shit like third? Wasn't it like third in hype? Wasn't it like third? Can't we see that? App Store CN. This is it? Is it this one? Like in the App Store? Because this is like only for iPhones, right? Internet again? No, you're kidding me. Well, I am uploading some stuff, so I guess it'll take a small lag. Why is my stream buffering so much? My apologies. I'm uploading some stuff, and I guess it absorbed a lot. I see. It absorbs a lot. Well, snap. Yeah, there was a lag. Yeah, that's me. That's me. My apologies. I'm uploading the stuff, but I also think my internet took took a pause. Man, I thought it was me. My apologies, chat. My apologies. Okay, that's slow as hell. Yo, Kaz, do you have a screenshot? Only YouTube stream is buffering? Interesting. I thought, because even Twitch chatters are saying the same thing. Yo, Kaz, do you have a screenshot for that? But Bilibili views includes NTE's controversies. It's fine now. Yippee. Maybe also the website I was trying to get to was slowing things down. Okay, can we get a screenshot of that? He's showing one guy and he's acting like it's the whole Chinese community. Wait, this is just the one guy? Okay.
Posted on American Twitter. Translative, bro, this is what the original post said. What the fuck? That's how pissed they are, bro. That's how much CN hates this game.
Yeah, that's just one guy. Yeah, that is just one guy. Yeah, we need more people, man. So is this strawmanning? Is this what strawmanning is? Well, actually, we can have it as misinformation. There's a degree of hypocrisy too. Twisting the narrative, I think that counts as well. Yo, Zach, how you doing, man? Appreciate you. There's currently a ton of bot comments on NTE videos on Bilibili. Screen is still frozen and buffering. Shee, boy. I just wanted to help my man out. I guess not. How about now? Are we good now? I got locked out of Twitter because it's asking for human verification using the mobile app. Oh, yeah, they do that now. Yeah, Twitter does that now. Are we good now, chat? Is it still buffering? He's good. Refresh. All right, I stopped uploading, unfortunately. I guess it comes at the cost of you guys. I left and came back. It fixed it for me. Okay, so refresh helps. Okay.
They are literally crossing the Great Firewall. The Great fucking Firewall, bro. To just be posting shit over here like this. Because this, to me, is enough proof. I don't need to go in-game. I don't need to get a Chinese client. I don't need to become a member of the fucking, of the CCP to confirm this.
What? Care? Type 2 if you don't care. Because I don't think anyone cares about the fact that it was made by AI at some point in the process of making some stuff. Like, who cares? Let me take the words of somebody I don't even know and act as if it's true. Well, welcome to the internet. We can't. He would just call you regarded and ban you. Then just don't say it in chat.
How many things in this game do you think are just like this, but the watermark did actually get removed?
Who cares?
Because this is enough to call into question everything about this game when the
Bro, are you a prosecutor? Bro's out here prosecuting NTE. Like I feel like we're literally at trial, and he's out here trying to prosecute a video game that sells anime girls. Jesus Christ. I want us to think about that for a second.
game itself, sorry for showing the better one, is
Like, the game is fine. Kudu batting. Kudu batting. Kudu batting. Hear that again. Here. Watch this. Watch this. We got kudu batting.
when the game itself,
He showed like the weapons.
sorry for showing the better one,
He showed the weapons of Wuwa, and he said, "Sorry for showing the better one." That's kudu batting. We got another one. Got a good AI Dar. What's that? I thought Saint was a huge fan of Glue. I'm saying, right?
is so low quality and has been so low quality since release.
No, I think the game is fine. I think it's just that the one complaint that, again, I'll keep mentioning until they fix it is definitely polishing cutscenes. It's more Genshin Impacty than Withering Wavesy, and I need it to be more like Withering Waves. That's it. Besides that, game looked great.
Because this game has just felt and looked like an actual cash grab since release. And it's just been uplifted by the biggest grifters in the space, just telling you.
Right, you're the only one that's completely based. Right, of course.
Just play the game because it has no 50-50. Play the game because it has no 50-50. Play the game.
So we're just trying to demonize NTE, and we're trying to like negate the impact that no 50-50 have, which is obviously the biggest selling point for NTE. We're trying to like undermine it by pointing out flaws like a fucking watermark in a shrimp in a mini game within the game. How pathetic are we right now? Like, Jesus Christ. This is what we're trying to do. We're trying to undermine the impact. We're trying to make it seem like the 50-50 is not a problem by saying the game that has no 50-50 is actually like a crappy game anyway. Like it's like, duh. What? We're just trying really hard, man. Jesus. Are people too afraid to call him out? While looking at the dislike ratio here, there's enough call out. Now, there's enough call out. Like, people that can see through the matrix can see through that. You can. It's very obvious. We're calling it out right now. Yeah, we're calling it out right now. Like, if this is what kudu bots are going to be on, like, I'm sorry, this is just a no-no. This is just a complete no-no. The fact is, here's how it is. We are having a more optimistic approach to this because it's trying to sell us the solution we've been asking for all this time. You have a pessimistic approach to this for you as a coping mechanism to excuse the shit you've been eating all this time, and you cannot admit that the shit you've been eating all this time is not good and you've been taken advantage of because the previous status quo made it so that that type of behavior was okay to go by. Like, it's fine. Like, yeah, we can have a 50-50. It's kind of, they'll eat it up anyway. I know, we all know they hate it. They'll eat it up anyway because that's just what everybody else is doing right now. It's like, come on. That's how it comes off as. Like, it's super cope. It's super weird. Hey, V, your views are pretty good for your sub count. You kind of ratio Saints. Oh, wow, that's a hell of a compliment. I don't know. I'm a small CC still. Like, I average like 2K, just like 3K if I'm lucky. That's it. Like, I'm very small. Like, like a tenth the size of the people on screen right now. That's it. I'm just your friendly neighborhood CC, man. That's just me. Did we lag again? I love you, V. Hey, Junior Cruz, I appreciate it. Oh no, what did that do? Did we lag again? Oh no. Please. Leave me alone. Can't I just stream in peace? Okay, I think we're still good. I think we're still good. Looks fine on YouTube. Whew. Man. All right, EP. Appreciate it. I don't know, like freaking Stream Elements just said some shit. That shit scared me.
Just because of that. And that's enough of a reason. Fuck everything else they're doing. Fuck the copying. Fuck the
That's not what we're saying. Inspiration is fine. I think for me personally, it's good. I can see how it can rub some people the wrong way. It's cool. Some people are thinking it's not creative enough, etc. I don't know. I think it's totally fine. Some other aspects of it, like the anomalies and stuff like that, are creative enough. Great. What else? What other argument do you have? Just Easter eggs like this, I think, are totally fine. And also the shrimp in a mini game. It's totally fine as well. Like, you're just trying super hard. It comes very grandstandy, very virtue signally. It doesn't matter. Even Wuwa uses AI. It's either rules for everybody or rules for no one. It's one of the two. And the fact is, if you're not going to shit on Wuwa for using AI, like, I'm sorry. Yes, maybe the utilization for it in NTE is more blatant. Sure, and actually good criticism for NTE to do better. Exactly how Wuthering Waves was around the time in its inception of 1.0 up to 1.3. It had a lot of bugs, it had a lot of issues, a lot of optimization issues, which they still kind of do through 3.5. But what we're not doing is we're trying to demonize the game. Instead, we're trying to give proper feedback and constructive criticism that they can build upon to make it an even better product. So it's like, damn.
everything else they're doing. Fuck the copying. Fuck the inspiration. Fuck the ripping of kits completely one-to-one from better games. And then just putting it in yours, while also cutting corners elsewhere by just generating whole-ass in-game assets using AI. After a public apology when you got caught the first time. After a literal public apology to the entire gacha space after you got caught already, and then you just do it again in the most...
They didn't necessarily apologize. All they said was, look, we're just going to rework the things that annoyed you guys. We'll just make them different. All right, I hope you're happy. Because I don't see really apology here. So thank you. It matters to us. NTE is built using AI, not the characters of the story. We're already reviewing the things. Your feedback shapes the game. Please keep it coming. We're listening, and we're committed to delivering the quality you deserve. There you go. It's not an apology. It's just an acknowledgement of the criticism, and they just went ahead and took care of it. That's not an apology. It's not. You want it to be an apology because you need it to be an apology so that you feel like you matter a lot more than you think you do, especially as you type shit online. That's why you want it to be an apology, but it's not an apology. Corpus speech, yeah, exactly. It's literal corpus speech of we acknowledge the criticism. This is your response. We at least responded to you, but we are not giving you an inch because we know if we were to give you an inch, you're going to take a mile.
Hilariously amateurish way possible to the point where now even Grok is taking a fucking dump on your soul. They combine...
Grok got jokes. I'll be real. Like, if you ask Grok to even... you know what? I don't know. Make fun of the creator Saintontas. Let's see what it does. Let's see what it does. Because Grok got jokes. I know Grok can like actually be funny. Ah, yes, Saint Tontas, the self-appointed high priest of Gacha Discord, primarily of the Church of Wuthering. The Church of Wuthering Waves, with occasional pilgrimages into neverness to everness when the algorithm demands it. Picture this: a man who can turn a simple banner analysis into a 47-minute spiritual experience complete with chapter timestamps, emotional music swells, and the occasional "I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed in the community" energy. He's out here treating every gacha survey like a constitutional crisis and every 50-50 loss like a personal betrayal by Kuro Games. His content formula is pure chaos alchemy. 10 minutes of actual gameplay inside, yada yada yada. The man streams Wuthering Waves so hard that the game itself probably has a Saintontas hours streamed achievement by now. And when he dips into NTE, it's with the energy of someone who just discovered cars exist and is already raiding the anomaly hunting meta while side-eyeing the gacha race like they personally insulted his bloodline. Yo, Grok out here cooking. Grok out here trying to mock Skull CJ. Legend says if you say Enfield is mid 3 times in a mirror, Saintontas appears and starts a 90-minute response video. If you say it 4 times, the lawyers get involved. Respect the grind though. 100k plus subs built on pure analysis, scope, spicy takes, and unshakable belief that he is the main character of the entire gacha. Internet never changed. Saints, the fish in the blue circle salutes you. Grok got jokes. I told you, Grok got jokes. If you tell Grok to say something, he will give you something, man. He will. W Grok.
And that with the fact, on top of no 50-50, they want you to pull every character's first dupe in this game. So it's not even a real no 50-50. You just got to pull twice to get the same as one character.
That's a lie. You don't even know what you're talking about. You don't play the game. You have no idea how the game's meta work. Just stop. That only applies to Shinku only. And the only problem with that is Shinku's gameplay becomes so she's still a good character. It's just that the gameplay and its fluidity is so bad that you're very enticed and encouraged to get copies and dupes, whatever you want to call them. Apologies. And Shinku was so blatant, a waifu base, it's not even funny. That's why a lot of players, myself included, just distanced ourselves from Shinku. Anybody that's up to speed with the meta and how things go, about how things work in a gacha game, everybody distanced themselves from Shinku. Most players that are more pragmatic than emotional didn't pull for Shinku. We all did. And because we did the math, we did the research, it just doesn't do it. Pragmatically speaking, Shinku simply doesn't click. And she got mocked immediately by Zanko. Like, who the hell even cares about Shinku anymore when you have a baddie like Zanko around?
Character in other games. That's NTE. And it's insane. It's unreal that we haven't even gotten into other issues, right? Like these guys having like an NTR issue with like their storyline and stuff like that.
You are no, bro. We're just trying. We're just trying too hard. Like, we're just trying to stack up things, but that shit isn't working. Like, am I nuts? That's literally a bunch of weirdos. Like, are you going to use a bunch of weirdos to fit your narrative? To hate on the game? What? What? Hey, yo! Bro! Rent cannot be this high. It cannot be this high.
But that is what's going on. And when this game is receiving such a negative amount of PR and CN, where it's like the one game that's just getting bagged on like this,
I don't think that's necessarily the case, but whatever.
I think it's very obvious what the future is. This is literally the next Tower of Fantasy, right? This is like the next game that like carries the torch of the worst reputation in the gacha space. Because when you're the TOF devs that were known for cutting corners, doing all this lazy fucking shit in your development, and
Game had more players later on. Yeah, we still have all kinds of players. They're still logged in. You know what? Let's pull up the legendary. Let's pull out the legendary. Yes, we're chilling. We're chilling. Everybody's just chilling. Everybody's just having a damn good time. We're just chilling. We don't know what you're talking about. The data shows otherwise. Just go to Google Trends too. Yeah, see, they're chilling. We're chilling. Everybody's just, we're hovering. Everybody's having, a bit of a low trend now because, well, the patch is out, so like hype goes down a bit. Yeah. I don't know. We don't know what you're talking about. Like the entirety of the data shows otherwise.
And then you're just doing it all over again. Somehow, like, again, the only people that could still be in support of what this company is doing, they're ones that are obviously paid off. Because
No, it's normal people. The only people that will support this game are non-grandstandy, virtue signaling douchebags. That's who. That's it. Normal people that can still enjoy the game will support the game. It's really that simple. It's not that complicated. Like you're trying to paint it and frame it like this, like you're trying to hit it with an AoE. Nah, that doesn't work.
what trust do you even deserve from the entire gacha space, or even just the gaming space? What trust do you deserve after you get caught again, and it's just on the dumbest, laziest shit ever?
But I feel like the devs have been listening to criticism. They have fixed the first drama. They have fixed the thing. This has also been fixed. Mistakes happen. And I feel like in terms of how the game is and some of the lack of creativity, we received something as huge as 999 nights. And a lot of players were like scared of the game mode will just disappear into oblivion. And they were like, no, we're going to keep it. And we're going to keep expanding on it some more, etc. So I feel like if anything, the devs are actually listening and they're really trying to have a good dev to player relationship, considering what we've seen. Am I nuts?
If you're going to cut quarters on this, bro, you're going to cut quarters on everything. Bro,
You're not a prosecutor. Just stop it. Like, just stop it. Like, we're not on trial. Just stop it. Everybody's cutting corners. It's called cutting costs, which is basically the same as making money. Because if you don't spend the money, you get to keep that money. And if you still get to have the same revenue while you spend less in costs, that's even more money. It's like, what? What? Woowa is using freaking Tencent, whatever you want to call them, are using AI in their development for characters and stuff because it lowers cost. Lowering cost makes more money, therefore investor is more interested in company. Like, do we have to explain it to you? Jesus.
this is like finding out somebody cheated on a assignment in college that was worth 1% of their grade. If somebody's going to cheat on an assignment that's worth 1% of their grade, they're going to cheat on everything.
Huh? Maybe I thought to myself that that thing that's worth 1% isn't worth my time and effort, so like I just cheated on it. That's it. It's like, what is this attempt at an AoE, man? What is this?
And if you're going to cut quarters and use AI generation the shittiest types possible, right? On stuff like this, you're going to use AI for everything in the game. And I would not
Whatever
be
you're saying.
surprised if they did that with how shit this game is. And deep down, all of you NTE players know it as well.
No.
Let me know what you all thought. Peace out.
Well, you know now. Well, so yeah, there it is, man. I guess we're just gonna disregard certain data. We're just gonna disregard the fact that it's just one guy on Twitter. We're just gonna disregard the fact that it's just a bunch of trolls copy pasting. Probably this. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same ninjas that were mad at the Zanko NTR situation going at NTE again because of that. And they found the thing of the fish and they're like, all right, here we go. Because this is similar behavior. They have been botting comments and they have been doing all kinds of crazy stuff for that, which is just strange. Time to go and dislike his video. Don't do that. Don't do that. Let's be respectful, okay? Ultimately, we're tackling the arguments and the presentation and stuff, not necessarily the man. We still want Saint to be successful. We still want him to do his thing, all right? Let's not get in the way of someone's bread, all right, chat? Apparently, John Sema is a credible source, news to me. Also, something else. I feel like when someone is known for hate farming, and they also were known to, and they were literally caught spreading misinformation, the reality is it's very hard to start believing, because you can see the why. You can see the why. And it's okay to be lazy, because the same things apply to you guys that applies to games, because ultimately people all do almost the same thing. People want to be as lazy as possible and get the most results as possible. That's it. That's like the classic formula you typically see. And that's what we have here. I don't, for the record, I wish for him to EOS as soon as possible for his channel, not him personally, that is. Well, that does hurt him as a person, because chat. We are talking about video games that sell anime girls, all right? Like, I know he can come off condescending, obnoxious, and tries to make you, because he talks to you like you're an idiot or something. I get it. I do. He can be very obnoxious and frustrating, but we have to be the bigger men. We have to be the bigger people. All right. I know we have the hardest job out here. We do, chat. We do. So yeah, hold on, chat. We have something very important. Time to finish the bingo card. So he didn't bring up Twitch tracker. I don't think he said the word regard. Unfair chatter beef wasn't there. Games he don't play slander. Yes, that was it. Victim mentality, no. Second textile, no. Was it that gaslighting? Would you guys call that gaslighting? Twisting the narrative, I guess, applies too. I don't know about gaslighting. The game needs to die because I don't like it. And I don't know about gaslighting. It's not gacha checks. It's him calling others PDFs and daughters and stuff like that towards actual father. This is why I can't forgive him. Oh yeah, that's true. In terms of that, and I think he got what was coming to him. Yeah, he got what was coming to him, because ultimately I feel like I don't think I've ever seen a CC so isolated like Saint in my tenure, especially as popular as Saint in my tenure in this space. He did try to gaslight. He thinks the game is shit, and then try to make NTE players believe it too. Okay, so there it is. Here we go. We got the bingo card for this video. That is a lot of crosses there, man. Gosh darn. So yeah, I guess that's what we're going to be on. We're going to be capitalizing on some disgruntled fans that are just upset at certain things, while disregarding the major consensus, which is 1.3 is great. Yeah, I think 1.3 is great. We got probably the best 2D anime battery. New game mode, new area, new stuff. Like, we're just chilling. Yeah, we're just chilling. So yeah, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Like, subscribe if you haven't already. Be seeing you. All right, chat. That was one hell of a ride, huh? 4 hour and a half is crazy, dude. 4 hour and a half is crazy. Man, I don't even play NTE, but I'm just here to listen. Hey, Foresight, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. I joined later, so I'll need to rewind it. Yeah, if you're on YouTube, unfortunately, the stream had to cut out like twice. So you'll find like 3 of them. But don't worry, I'll go edit right now and post it later tonight. By the way, you guys might say you wish for his channel to EOS, but I have seen it several times. Channels like his will EOS with time as the audience gets older and wiser. Well, hopefully he can also be aware of that and adapt. That'd be nice. I think Saint is a smart guy. I think he'll be fine. I think he'll know when to, change the approach in how he goes about doing things. I'm not necessarily worried about him. I think he's smart enough to realize that. I do admit he was right about AKE's gotcha. That was solid, but the rest of his attacks on NTE, Hoyo games, and ignoring everything bad on Wuwa side, they're trying to sugarcoat it, doesn't qualify as a critique. Yeah, because it's not a critique. It's actually pushing a narrative. It's a pushing the narrative disguised as a critique, and a lot of people are not going to take kindly to that. Saints want EOS. His guys and quality content are actually good. If he only focus on that more. Exactly. The fact is, Saints does provide quality. Value. So, yeah, that's the term I was looking for. He does provide quality value to the space, and no one can ignore that. And also, these tribalistic people need to go somewhere, right? The fact is, whether you like it or not, there is an audience for what Saints is pushing. And as long as that exists, see, here's the thing. You cannot necessarily fault Saints for taking advantage of this. He found a farming ground, and he's out there farming. Morally speaking, considering how we're all striving for how the space we want it to be, it's a no-no. At an individual level, however, why should he care? Why should he care? You know what I mean? A lot of people think like that. Why should I care about... A lot of people go all for one instead of one for all. That's just the reality. For example, AI sloppers. AI slop tubers. They don't care. They don't give a shit. They're just there to make some money. They're there for the bank. Even if it comes at the cost of content creation as a concept, of platforms, etc. They don't care. I need to make my money. This is a glitch. This is a farming space. I will farm. Like, people are sitting here trying not to act like we don't have exploiters, like bug exploiters, etc. Like, people will exploit the hell out of things if they can. I don't wish for his EOS, but I think seeing how he consistently uses false information does make me fault him doing things the wrong way as a viewer. If a delivery service constantly delivers your package to a random location in the street, obviously you're going to complain about how bad they are. No, exactly. Look, we're calling out Saints, right? We're all doing that. But all I'm saying here is for us to stay our hand in the aggression in which we call him out, because that will just be us contributing to the very problem we're complaining about. And I think that's just what I feel like. Because here's the thing. Someone has to lead by example, and that has to be us. It's going to have to be us, Chad. We're going to have to create some new meta. That's it. A new meta has to be created so that it creates an incentive for a lot of people to want to follow that meta. Because whether you like it or not, a lot of the time, if not most of the time, people are driven by incentives, not necessarily morality. Morality only goes so far. Incentive is important. You have to go to the gym to be healthy is a decent incentive that is morally correct. That's not why a lot of people go to the gym. You can, if you tell someone you go to the gym so that you can get girls, they're going to start going to the gym. That's it. Negative content in general does better than positive anyway. Exactly. And you also have to fault the algorithm for that too, because that's just what the algorithm does. Bro, if I can cheese a boss in a game, I'll do it every time, bro. I don't hate Saint because he's just trolling and playing up controversy for views. My man, Jack Wharf. Thank you. Like, that's it. Because here's the thing. I respect Saints. I know exactly what he's doing. Based, like, you know, I may disagree with the messaging. I may disagree with the direction of how that affects this space. But all in all, at an individual level, respect. Yeah. Because a lot of people don't deal with the temptation of having the ability to exploit something like that. And you speak on it. I don't know about you, but I don't know how I would react if I was in his shoes, where I can make a whole career and change my life for the better through online performance. A lot of people might take it up, man. A lot of people might take it up. Even people that disagree with it, they might take it up because pragmatically it furthers your life for the better. Even if it comes at a certain cost. I don't think all hustles should be respected. I respect hustling as a concept, but obviously not all hustles should be respected. Because here's the thing, Well Killer, to me, we are still in the space of games that sell anime girls. That's how I see things personally. And ultimately, as long Saint loses the plot when he starts calling people, insinuates there's something they're not. That's where Saint goes super cuckoo crazy. Besides that, if we're just talking about something as tame as like AI usage, trying to virtue signal and grandstand, that's just that loser shit you see online all day, every day, and who cares? But see, the problem is a lot of people, understandably so, because Saint didn't make it easy. It's very hard to look at Saint and not remember and think of the shit he said about Genizad, about Gotcha Smack, and also the fact that he still brings up Gotcha Smack. You can tell that he's not necessarily sorry for the insinuations he's done, which is very detestable. Like, of course, that will piss a lot of people off. Obviously. I myself have distanced myself from Saint a little bit after the whole Smack episode. I'm not gonna lie. Calling someone what he called him is fucking insane. I don't give a shit what the hustle is. I don't give a shit what the current hate narrative is. I don't give a shit if that was the meta play you were using. We must have lines. Lines must be there. There must be lines you cannot cross. That was a line that should not have been crossed. Everybody knows it, and it was completely unfucking necessary. There was a small profit, and maybe Saint has fallen into the biggest trap that CCs can fall into, which is everything is fine as long as it gets views and it keeps me relevant and keeps pushing me ahead.
I should be the only motherfucker getting praise.
Because you see this a lot, Chad. You see a lot of creators doing the most insane, crazy, just immoral crap because it just keeps them relevant. Maybe he fell for that trap, and I hope he can wake up from that and apologize to the people he should apologize to, because God damn it. What did he call Smack? Go look it up, man. I don't feel like repeating that. Hey, Joe, so for the follow, appreciate you. All right, chat. I'm gonna have to bounce. It has been a lot of fun. I apologize again for the disconnects. I don't know what the hell happened to my internet, but I think it was a good stream. I think it was a great stream. I think we've tackled pretty big topics today, huh? It was pretty fun. I'm gonna go eat up. I haven't eaten anything all day. Still gotta go shopping real quick. I got a shower too. Yo, JHP, how you doing, man? Shouts out, my man. And yeah, be looking forward to the video. I'll be editing and posting soon. Yeah, if there's anything, there's our Discord. I'm gonna try to obviously stream more often. Will you watch Zenko's new song from NTE? We can do that tomorrow. Just remind me. And yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. Shouts out again to the sponsor Cards for sponsoring our stream. We have a Discord if you want to interact with me or anybody in the community. We're just more of a people Discord first. Pull up, add me, DM me privately, whatever it is about. Shouts out to everybody that reaches out when they hear that I'm not okay. It lights up my world, man. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys also for the subs, donos. You guys don't know how far it just shines on my world, man. It's just super. It feels very uplifting. Is it okay to DM you in private? My DMs are open. My Discord is open. I know I can look scary. I know I can look scary, but I'm not. I'm actually pretty friendly, I think. I try very hard to be friendly too. Like the stream, everyone. Oh yeah, chat. YouTube. If you could just like the stream, I'd really appreciate it. Let's YouTube know. So let them know that, hey, you know what? This guy's all right. We like this guy. GG, I like some positivity, even though I don't fuck with NTE. Hey, that's totally fine, Saihara. That's totally fine, man. It's just, Saiharsha, my bad. It's totally fine, man. Like, it's just, I feel like the streaming experience and what I'm trying to offer here is a social setting where we can grow as individuals, share our passion, and have constructive conversations. That's it. First time catching a stream and I was late, but it was nice being here. Which Guru, I apologize. You can always you can rewind the stream if you want to just have it in the background or something. But I will be posting videos soon if we're gonna get you. We got you. I will remind you to watch Zenko songs. Is the live tomorrow? What time, if I may ask? I currently don't have a specific time, but I'm trying to just stream as soon as I can. Appreciate it. Have the rest of the day. Oh, you got it. All right, chat. Much love. Appreciate you. Thank you guys so much. Bye.